All right. This is see now. Usually Tony is doing all this, but I had to do all this week, and I did hit the button for it to air live on the rant. So now we are on Facebook.
Oh yeah, I see it.
We are on the rant, and Kevin mentioned we have Kasey Catal tonight. We have Jax Dane from the NWA. There is a ridiculous amount of wrestling talk that we have to do tonight. AEW, Ring of Honor, NWA, WWE WrestleMania Backlash. We have picks to talk about.
Oh baby,
the untimely passing of New Jack. I have a couple New Jack stories I could share. I put out the picture on our Twitter today of a very sickly looking young Matt. I was not sick. I was just very, very skinny, if you could believe that. And I shaved my head so I look like a bowling pin.
I didn't see that. Why didn't you send that to me?
Why didn't I send it to you?
I could put it on the gram. That'd have been a great gram. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to like send me that picture of you with the newly deceased wrestler so we can put it on Instagram for likes. It's such a weird thing.
We can do that though.
It's a weird thing.
So, yeah, he's eating a cherry icy, and I had no qualms bothering New Jack for a picture. And I'm marking out my Sabu T-shirt. The little
I had all of the qualms ever. Like he was like the one guy I would be terrified to ask for a picture with all the time.
I just didn't give a shit. I mean, I still don't give a shit, but I didn't give a shit. I was like,
yeah,
I don't know. It was like a 17-year-old Matt at an ECW show in, where are we, Trenton? And
oh God, see, you're already in dangerous waters being in Trenton.
Oh yeah, and we got there so early that we parked in the lot where the wrestlers were parking.
I remember this story. That's incredible.
And we unceremoniously decided we would be the gatekeepers, and we would put the chain up, and then when the wrestlers showed up, we would let them in. We would open the chain and let them park.
Oh, you took an actual picture of the picture?
Oh, I pulled that off of my Facebook. I have to find the picture. I don't know where the picture is. It's somewhere amongst my wrestling stuff, which I've slowly been going through.
Who's that guy behind you?
His name.
Oh, is that Dan?
No, his name was Oscar, I believe.
I thought that was our favorite pal who designed this logo for us.
It's not my man Dan.
All right.
So we got a ton of wrestling stuff to talk about. Oh shit, I got to do the intro too, Kevin. God damn it, when Tony's not here. This is
let's see. Let me see if I can do something for you here. Let's try this.
No, we're good. I got it.
Type.
I got it. New intro. All right. Jax Dane is 7:00. Kasey Catal 7:45. Shining Wizards Tony's joining us. It's Shining Wizards Kevin. It's Shining Wizards Matt. It's episode 533, the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast.
Boom.
The following is a presentation of the Shining Wizards Network, broadcasting live on rantiumradio.com and available on all podcast platforms and at shiningwizards.com. Follow us on social media at Wizards Podcast. Check out our merchandise at merch.shiningwizards.com. Do your Amazon shopping at amazon.shiningwizards.com and become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/wizardspodcast. As always, we thank you for your continued support. And now, enjoy the show.
And motherfucking Shining Wizards.
This is Kasey Catal.
And this is Brandon Kirk, and you're listening to the Shining Wizards motherfucking podcast.
We are back. You know what happens when I'm unprepared for the opening, Kevin? I have to scramble to find a liner.
I think you picked a good one.
Well, I was looking for the one where it's, this is Kasey Catal, and you're listening to the super cute Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast. I wasn't ready, so I could not find that as fast as I wanted to. But nonetheless, we are here. It is Monday night. I think people are watching on Facebook.
I don't know.
Definitely. Kate's there. The Bergman's probably in there doing his thing. Make sure the volume's down over here.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks for joining us on this Monday night. We appreciate all the support out there in wrestling land. Busy week. I super busy at work, so I am way behind the wrestling 8 Ball.
You know what, Matt? I think that makes for like the best podcast when like the two of us combined may have knowledge of like 4 things that happened during the week, and then we just bust each other's balls and just talk. So I'm excited for this episode more so than anyone that I can remember.
Well, we have a lot going on. We have a lot of guests. I booked a bunch of guests today for future shows.
Oh yeah.
I did watch some wrestling. I watched the NWA, and we'll talk about that with Jax Dane, and then our resident NWA expert, Tony, will join us at some point tonight. I watched Ring of Honor, my favorite hour of wrestling on TV.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
And I watched AEW today, which I didn't get to see Wednesday because my work was hella busy. I saw bits and pieces of what happened at WrestleMania Backlash, and I
hate that that's the title of that pay-per-view. I can't, like, it literally, like, when I hear that, I'm just like, come on. Backlash is the whole point. It's the backlash from WrestleMania. That's why they called it. That's why they invented it. It's the backlash. Stupid idiots.
Well, maybe they had, you got to milk that WrestleMania.
God, Matt, don't even get me started about how brutal it was watching this show. Not that it was a bad show, but just the whole Peacock thing. It's all right. So like the commercialization of wrestling, I get it. It has to happen just like everything else. It evolves. It's done it with sports. It's done like footballs. You can watch on Amazon. You can watch on, you can watch like the Mets on Facebook. You could do all this stuff. But the reason like people watch wrestling is to get away from that shit. Wrestling was always different. And now I'm watching WrestleMania Backlash and there's commercials for Peacock, which I'm watching WrestleMania Backlash on. Like, I'm watching this. You don't need me. I'm here. I got you. There's no free trials anymore. It's commercials, and I don't want to start the show off on a negative tone, but I just couldn't unsee what I saw in between what was a really good show.
So you and Tony both have Comcast, right?
Correct, sir.
So you got like the Peacock is included, right?
Correct, sir.
Right. So I just went from my WWE Network subscription that ended, and then I just signed up for the $9.99 Peacock. So it was like they canceled each other out,
right? Of
and
course,
because I'm a huge Office fan, so I could watch The Office. So when you guys were texting the other morning because I think what was Tony when he started watching For All Brawl 95, and he was talking about commercials.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? I don't have any commercials on my Peacock.
All right. So. But here's the thing though, and I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, you could definitely be like the transfer person where like, all right, so this basically is just replacing WWE Network. But when you already have like when you already have Xfinity, like, I mean, I guess I could pay the extra, whatever it is, $10 a month to get it. But like, I thought that was supposed to be included as being a valued customer of NBC Universal.
Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to take that up with them. But I do know that if there was like, if the Cobra Craig Pittman match was about to start and there was a commercial for some Peacock show that just dropped in, I'd be fucking annoyed. I'd be like, fuck this. I didn't even know about this commercial thing.
Well, I think I don't think you can get away from it on the live shows. Like, I don't think, and if someone's in the Facebook or someone's on Twitter that can correct me, if you are actually watching like an event special, you're getting those commercials no matter what.
Well, you got those at the WWE Network too, where they were promoting the network on the network.
You're right. And part of the problem isn't necessarily Peacock. It's just the way that wrestling has become, and it's just like, it's like, come on, man. Like, remember when we were like kids and we were watching like the biggest interruption we got in wrestling was like the 5-minute intermission between like when you're watching on pay-per-view, and it was literally just like a 5-minute thing. That was it. That's all we got. And it wasn't even a commercial. It was literally just a clock. that's saying the show will come
Yeah,
back
with
in
the
5 minutes.
logo of whatever pay-per-view you were watching.
That's all we got. And again, listen, this is old man on the lawn. I'm old. I get it. We're old. I understand. Things have changed. You have to evolve or get left the freak behind. But it's just like, God, come on. I'm watching like a pay-per-view. Like it's not a pay-per-view. It's like a ad per view. Like
You started off hot, so I instantly reached for this Ultimate Warrior Royal Rumble figure
oh yeah.
that I was going to use to soothe you if you got a little too fired up.
Oh, I'm soothed, baby. That's good. I like what color belt is that? Is that a yellow belt?
That is a yellow belt.
I like that yellow belt.
I have many things to do today. I did not get around to opening all my figures and displaying them.
So you're literally opening every single one.
The WWE Elites I open because I display them. All AEW figures I get 2 of. One.
I knew that. Oh God, I knew that.
And then 1 goes into the dresser drawers. The dresser drawers are now full.
Wait. Repeat that.
I have the dresser right here in
Right.
my room.
That's right.
Right. So I put ones that are in box. They safely sit in there for now.
So you get 2. So you definitely display 1, and then the other ones go in that dresser drawer.
Yes. The whole dresser is full of wrestling figures.
All right. So let me ask you this: Do you compare your dressers like you do like your clothes? Like the bottom ones are like jeans and heavy stuff, and then the top go to the sock drawer. Is there any sort of like tier?
No, that whole dresser is all AEW doubles.
But my question is, do you internally like rank them based on what shelf, like what drawer they're in?
No, I just put them in and make sure they fit without damaging the boxes, and I just leave them the way they are.
I would just love if you had like this like subconscious tier system of how you rate your figures by which drawer you put them in.
No, it's pretty much just out of sight, out of mind, and that my wife doesn't have to lose her mind.
Yeah. Well, this is your room, right? Didn't
it is, but I'm very quickly running out of room.
So you're gonna need another room.
I'm not gonna need another room. I'm gonna have to get creative.
All right.
And it's bad because I've also started. I was looking for.
Oh boy! When you start laughing before you talk, like
I started recollecting baseball cards.
Tell me you're not one of these PSA guys now.
No. I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a box of baseball cards and check it out. And I pulled like the cards are fucking sharp, so I'm like in.
Current or nostalgic?
Current. No, current. Like current. So I was like, oh, you know what? I think I have cards in the basement. Let me go look for them. Then I came across like 2 toters full of wrestling VHS tapes.
Oh boy, those are coming back, man.
I know, and I have a lot of like those weird like whack'em smack'ems and
like Rampage.
Yeah, but I also have like Survivor Series 87 on VHS.
Like official VHS or taped off the VCR?
Like official VHS.
Taped off the VCR.
Now today I was like on eBay looking at like working VCRs. Like, is this a thing that I'm really going to do and start collecting old? Like, I still have all my wrestling videos are still at my parents' house.
I'm literally looking at a JVC DVD VHS combination system right now. It's on top of a microwave.
The question, Kevin, though, is does it work? That's the question. Does it work?
The cables, we probably have the red and yellow wires that are probably in a tote underneath it, because it's the VCR DVD combo, the microwave, and then there's this green bin underneath. And I'm assuming that all the cables are in that.
Yeah. See, the cables are an easy fix because those cables are pretty universal.
Right.
It's the VCR itself. You have to find a working VCR. Because I think
like,
there's a bunch at my parents' house too, but I don't know if they work.
Oh God, if you have a bunch of VCRs at your parents' house or your dad's house, like, bro, I'd get them right now and test them, because VCRs will go for like a couple $100 now.
A working VCR with a remote is relatively like between $50 and $100 on eBay.
Okay.
Which is kind of expensive for
Yeah,
an outdated way to watch stuff. But then again, if I get a working one, I have all my wrestling tapes with the original music on them and shit. Like someone in the Discord,
oh yeah,
Scotch Drinkmore was like, you have any original ECW tapes? I'm like, I fucking do. I have a ton of them. I bought a ton of ECW tape from RF Video. And I think at my parents' house, here's a old school. I'm pretty sure I have the RF Video catalog, not like the little one. I have like the 500-page catalog with every fucking tape he ever sold in it.
God, ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever doubted Matt's love of professional wrestling, like this is like he literally puts me to shame. And he actually left for a little while and came back. I watched it the entire time, and Matt's a much bigger fan than I am. A much bigger fan than Tony, probably a much bigger fan than anyone listening to this show. That's ridiculous.
I don't think I'm a bigger fan. I mean, when I was like 15, 16, 17, 18, yes. I was living at home. I had a job. I was making good money. And I would go to the fucking Krausers like every Saturday, and I would literally spend like $50 and buy every single wrestling magazine that was on the shelf. Every one.
That's a fan. That's a fanatic. That is a fanatic. You were nuts.
But then like you said, I stepped away, and now I feel like there's a lot I don't know about. There's a lot of making up I have.
But I think you did more in your time than people like me who have never left.
I don't know. I like it. I like, fucking be able to come home and like unplug and watch like, I don't know, like a WCW Saturday night or like now it's hard. Like now I'm weighing do I get into collecting WWF and WCW and dare I say ECW VHS tapes? Like, what am I gonna fucking do with all these?
Go to our boy up in Sussex County or Morris County,
the wrestling collector.
That's right.
Yeah, my wife wants to murder me. Our guest is in the queue, Kevin. Let's go get Mr.
Baby.
Mr. Jax Dane in.
Oh.
As he connects to his audio.
Look at this guy. It's a big boy.
He's a big guy. He puts us to shame. I feel like he should be wearing the cutoff t-shirt, and I should be covered up.
I always wear a hoodie just in case because I'm always, hesitant to show off the guns.
Really? I've been feeling good because I've been doing the yoga. So
I've just been drinking beer.
You've just been drinking beer.
That's right.
Mr. Jack.
Can we get him?
He didn't connect to his audio.
You got to connect to the old audio ski.
We're working on technology. It used to be you just call on Skype and we'd be good to go. But now,
look at that guy.
He's a fucking monster.
I love it.
I would not want to run into that man in an alley.
These boys done a lot in this business.
Smush your head like a grape.
God, I couldn't be happy if I got a grape smush. Maybe like a prune.
Yeah, sour grapes.
No sour grapes.
Sour grapes. Oh, he did not connect to audio. All right, so
this is live on air professional wrestling podcast, people. It doesn't always go perfect. Lesson learned.
Yeah, you know what? This is all a new adventure for us. So Mr. Jax Dane is trying to figure that out. He'll be joining us shortly. Former NWA. Yeah. Current NWA superstar.
Power.
Power's an excellent show. Big pay-per-view coming up in the next couple
gimmick.
weeks. Tony's not even here. Oh, mine says Shining Wizards. God damn it. Let me change that. Let me rename myself here. Shining Wizard Matt.
I just put my first name now. I'm just like,
oh no,
ice train. Oh, this is no bueno.
Oh, there we go. He's connecting to audio now.
Seems like a perfect time.
He's trying. We're going. We're working here. We're working hard here. Oh, excuse me. I reached out to Ice Train today to see if he got our T-shirt. He did.
Oh, I can't wait to see that picture.
He said he gave it to his kids, and then he said JBL was pissed about what he said.
Really?
Yeah.
How did JBL find it? Oh, duh.
I'm guessing he heard it on the sheets. We're working on the audio here.
That's a tough spot for us to be in. Like, we want to get the clicks and the shares and everything. It's just unfortunate that sometimes it's. I mean, that's a story. That's a bit. I don't think I've never heard that before.
It's what are you gonna do? It's not It's not on us. None on us.
I mean, we pick and choose what we want to share, but I think that was a big story. So.
Yeah. Look, Ice Train said it. We didn't coax him into saying it.
Yeah. And how did you find out JBL was? Oh, he told you, duh.
I reached out to him today. I try and follow up with all of our guests and to see if they got our T-shirts and if they had a good time and all that stuff. So I try and be as professional as possible.
Oh, I think you do swell.
Thank you. Jax is
I'm
sure he's gonna retry.
I had even wasn't sure that JBL would ever actually see it.
Oh, whatever. Who cares? He said, yeah, my son received it. Thank you. Been on the road. Just tell my buddy JBL to come out of retirement one night so we can settle it. That's all because he didn't like my comments. I guess thank you guys. You got JBL's attention. He's listening for sure. Told you he had a great lariat, but he upset.
Yo, that's so great. Like, yo, let's not be. Let's see.
We did not connect to audio. I don't know why you can't connect to audio. I know. We can't hear you, and you can't hear us. I don't know.
Listen, I mean, we knew Ice Train was no fool, man. He knew what he was saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he had to have known that.
Right.
He was gonna get not heat, but like mentions for that.
Sure, he's got he's well, I mean, look, he wrestled in Germany. He did his thing with JBL. It is what it is, right? I might have to give him the phone number and have him call in. Kevin and Matt. Oh, excuse me.
We are here live in the Shining Wizards podcast, shiningwizards.com, twitter.com/Shining Wizards. I don't even know if that's real. Facebook.com, Shining Wizards, at Pro Wrestling Tees, at Wizards Podcast. Guys, I want to be performing some stand-up comedy soon. This is how you filibuster with no better ideas.
I think you're doing a great job, Kevin.
Oh, thank you, Matt. Connecting to audio. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing.
I wonder if I can invite him. Can I invite somebody?
All right, so yeah, ProWrestlingTees.com.
Sorry, we're trying to figure this out.
I'm just gonna plug our stuff.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/Shining Wizards. Wizards Podcast.
Wizards Podcast all across the board.
Oh, that's right, babe. That's a big board too. I love our board.
It is.
Our board is huge. It's like a smorgasbord of stuff.
To do that. I'm on the Wizards account. There's that dumb picture of that dumb duck up there. Now I have to try and
all right, for those who are not watching on Facebook,
like
if you're just listening in audio, like I guess Matt is on Tony's account, and Tony has like a stuffed duck as his like away picture. Jax Dane has this like incredible picture of himself in his entrance gear. Incredible leather jacket, biceps flexing. Mine is myself and let's see here. I think it's still me and the Undertaker and Paul Bearer as me as a kid. And Matt's is Tony's stuffed duck.
Yeah, it's not mine. I didn't put it there.
I know. Do it again, Matt.
What?
If you can. I know you're working hard, but this is too hysterical not to. If you're watching on Facebook.
I don't think you could see when you go to the picture. I don't think people see the picture on Facebook though.
On Facebook, they don't see it?
No.
What's the point of the picture then?
So when you punch out of the conversation, I gotta find this fucking phone number.
All right. Well,
I'm
took
working
the-
on it here. We're working.
took the air out of my sails with that.
Sorry, big guy. Let's see.
Jax Dane. Jax Dane.
I ain't going through.
Jax.
I ain't editing shit either. So this is all staying in there.
Hey man, this is episode 533. This is what we do on multiples of threes. Right? 533 is a multiple.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, who did we have? Miko was the last guy that called him, but I think Tony reached out to Miko.
Yeah, but Miko had audio. He just didn't have video.
Right, but I think there's a way I can give him the phone number and then he can call in and then just do it through like a phone. I just have to find that information.
There we go.
Connected to audio.
Mr. Dane, how are you?
Yeah, awesome, man. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what was going on there.
It's okay. It's technology. It's the continuation of 2020 into 2021.
Good point, man. Good point.
Well,
So, Jax, let me ask you something. I got to ask Jax something right off the bat because I've noticed this a lot with people that are jacked as fuck.
You got the wrong guy.
Is there a reason? Is there a reason why like the baseball shirts like make people look like insanely more buff than they are? Because like you look like intensely jacked, and I think it's the shirt.
No, man. It's just the color pattern, man. It's just the way the colors lay. It's a thin T-shirt, and the colors are the colors enhance my eyes, man. That's what it is.
Yeah, your eyes are really jacked.
Good deal, man. No, it's just the baseball tees, man. They always, guys that seem to be fit, they seem to fit really well. I don't know why, but they do. So yeah, I don't mind wearing them. That's for sure.
Well, we don't mind having you on the show. Former NWA World Champion. You can see him every week on NWA Power. We are on the road to When Our Shadows Fall. This past week on Power, it was a very interesting match between you and Slice Boogie, and the ending has a lot of people talking. For those that missed it, Crimson came out to cheer you on, towel in hand. We don't think he was going to throw it in because you're Jax Dane. You're a monster. You're the
I wouldn't think he'd throw it in either, but why the hell did he bring the towel out with him?
You know what? That is another great question. We got a lot of questions here. So you inadvertently hit Crimson. He falls to the floor.
Right on. Yeah, accident, man. Right. Yeah. Blew my mind. I wasn't expecting him to be on the apron first off, but the fact that he was there, I think probably had my well-being in mind or what have you. Man, who knows? But, Slice Boogie was one step ahead of us there. Got out of the way. I was pretty pissed because of the chair shots and he put the chair on my neck, which I didn't appreciate. But he was one step ahead right there at the end. So inadvertently crashed into Crimson. You said it.
So the interesting thing is now Crimson is down. You go to check on your friend, your tag team partner. He's clearly hurt. And you take the towel. You throw the towel in on yourself.
Yeah, man. I mean, some things are bigger than winning and losing, right? I mean, at the end of the day, if you've got somebody that you're not only is your colleague and your tag team partner, right? But somebody that you travel with, that you work out with, that you go to dinner with, that you hang out with, you drink beer with, all the stuff that dudes do, right? And you see he's down and you see he's out. I mean, some things are, to me, some things are more important than winning. And that was just a scenario where, I've been an NWA World Champion. I've been an NWA National Champion. I've been an NWA North American Champion. Been the NWA Texas Champion. I was the BOW NWA Branded Outlaw Champion. I was the NWA World Tag Team Champion with Rob Conway at one point.
Oh, yeah.
I've been to the mountaintop at the NWA, man. A win or a loss over Slice Boogie in a scenario like that doesn't make me or break me, right? And my dude is down, and you never, ever, under any circumstances, leave your wingman. So I didn't leave my wingman.
We'll come back to that in just a second, but this question, before I forget, I just got to ask. You've mentioned all your accomplishments in the NWA, and someone who's been around there for so long. Are you happy, and are you like super excited to see where the NWA is now? And is this like the most like prestigious that we've seen it since yesteryear of like
Oh,
Rhodes and Flair and Race?
absolutely, man. I mean, one thing that I think gets misconstrued or lost in this discussion, and it's a very fair discussion versus regime change and who owns and who's making decisions, right? I think those are very fair discussions for people to have. But the thing that I don't want to get lost in that is who were your 4 champions during that Tharp era, right? And I don't ever want to take anything away from those guys. Tenzan, one of the most decorated wrestlers in the history of professional wrestling. Satoshi Kojima, again, an absolute legend in New Japan, and as a Japanese wrestler. Iron Man Rob Conway, right? World Tag Team Champion for the WWE, and just a storied career throughout OVW and so on and so forth. Super successful in his own right. World Tag Team Champion with me. We competed in Tag League over in New Japan. So although it's very fair to say the prestige and the honor and the NWA drive is coming back, and Billy Corgan, Nick Aldis, and that team doing a fantastic job. And I'm really, really proud to be on that team, right? I don't want that misconstrued at all. Those guys have been nothing but fantastic to me as a person and as a wrestler. But I also don't want to diminish that those three guys, not myself included, but those 3 guys, you can stack their resume with any of the champions of the past outside of maybe Harley Race, Ric Flair, and some of those guys, right? That get all of the acknowledgments that they should. I mean, Kojima, Tenzan, and Conway were 3 great NWA World Champions. And then if you go back just a little bit further, you got Carino, you got Adam Pearce, you got AJ Styles, Ron Killings. I mean, Christian. I mean, shit. You can name a ton of guys that weren't carrying the torch when it was at what the historians see as the pinnacle, and maybe even where we are now, or where they see to be going now. But man, there's some great NWA World Champions in that stretch.
Absolutely, and I couldn't agree more. And you could speak to this more than I can. How did those guys feel about holding the NWA World Championship? Did they see it as a dark era, or did they see it as, wow, I'm the NWA champion?
No, man, you're at the top of the food chain at that point, right? I mean, you're the great white shark swimming in the ocean. I mean, it's still the NWA World title, and Nick Aldis has done a fantastic job. Cody Rhodes did a fantastic job of re-energizing, revitalizing that championship. And then the person we can't forget in all of this, in between the Tharp regime and what's going on now with Billy Corgan, is Tim Storm.
Yep.
I mean, Tim Storm was the perfect guy in the perfect position at the perfect time. Fans loved him during the transition. They love him now. He's everything that an NWA World Champion should have been, and should be. So you take those guys and you mesh them together. Tim was the perfect torchbearer from one regime to the next. He's still a huge part of what the NWA is doing. I lost the NWA World Championship to him, so I have a ton of respect for him. But he really is, man, when you peel away all the layers of wrestling, Tim Storm is one of my favorite people and favorite opponents, and one of my better friends in the wrestling business.
And I don't think too many people can throw the term friends around when they talk about the wrestling business, but I think people that are familiar with Tim Storm always associate him with friendship, and I've never heard anyone say a bad word about him. And
You can't. If you hear somebody say something negative about Tim Storm, you should question them, because I can't give you a reason that anyone should ever say something negative about Tim Storm.
And let's not discount your run, 419 days, NWA World Heavyweight Champion. You also mentioned your tag team with Ron Conway, the Iron Gods. I'm a big New Japan guy.
Okay.
Loved you guys in New Japan. I know it was a brief run, but you know, you guys showing up at Power Struggle against Tenkozy and KES was awesome. Your stuff with Tenkozy was awesome. For you, what did it mean so early in your career to be in Japan, let alone, as you mentioned, share a ring with Tenzan and Kojima, who have all the accolades in New Japan Pro Wrestling?
Well, you hit the nail on the head, man. I mean, what a lot of people don't realize, and honestly, I hadn't verbalized this a lot in podcasts or interviews or what have you. But when we won the NWA World Tag Team Championships in Japan, in that match you're talking about with Tenzan, Kojima, Harry, and Lance, that was probably somewhere between my 26th and 30th match I'd ever had as a professional wrestler. So to be on that stage, at that stage in my career, man, it was a huge honor. And I really don't know how to verbalize how I feel about it, because I didn't know what I didn't know when I was there, if that makes sense. So the magnitude of that match and that position hadn't really sank into me, because I really hadn't been doing it that long at that point. I had taken a long break in between when I initially got trained and when I started wrestling again, because my mother was sick with cancer. So I took 6-7 years off, man, when wrestling wasn't on the forefront. I was just working, normal human being, civilian dude, just trying to take care of my mom and my family and help out and do that. And then all of a sudden, here I am wrestling again and thrust directly into some pretty prominent positions. But that's just a testament, man, to the people that I was teaming with, the people that I was wrestling against, and the guys that laid down the foundation for my training. I mean, Rip Rogers, Nick Dinsmore, and Rob Conway at that point were the three guys that had trained me. Danny Davis a little bit, and obviously some Jim Cornette at OVW was in that mix as well as the guys that I had spent some time with. Micah Taylor, who wrestles out of Georgia now, he was there with me. He was really helpful in my initial training, more so than probably he should have been, and I'm grateful to him for that. So I was in a prominent position really, really quickly, and I probably wasn't, or not probably, I wasn't polished enough for that position, but my foundation and my basics were pretty strong because of who would train me and where I learned and where I began my career. So, man, to go back now and be in some positions like that, especially with those guys, would be a lot more fun, a lot more enjoyable, and a whole different experience for me.
How was the culture shock for you being in Japan?
Not bad, man, because I traveled a lot. I mean, I had been to Japan before, not on some business stuff, Mexico, so on and so forth. So the culture shock is not so much as in wrestling is pretty much a universal language, right? So you figure it out pretty quick.
We had Lance Archer on the show, and he talked about eating the raw horse meat. Did you have an opportunity to indulge in some horse meat?
Man, no, I'm not raw anyway. But I do eat a lot of sushi, but obviously that's much different. No, I didn't have the raw horse meat, but we did. You know, we got to experience a lot of the culture, and I'm glad you brought up Lance Archer, man. Another dude that has just really redefined himself. You know, he and Harry were together as a team for a long time as KES over in Japan, and ups and downs as a team on top of the world. And, for what feels like, I'm sure for Lance, it's sometimes on the bottom of the totem pole, but then had a massive singles run where he kind of redefined himself, stepped out of what he was normally doing, added some things to his offense, went out on a limb, and is doing a fantastic job as one of the very, very best big men in wrestling right now.
Absolutely, Kevin. I thought you.
And speaking of big men, I do. Sorry, little lag here, But speaking of big men, I want to circle back to Crimson. Because Crimson had a very interesting career, a nice solid run in TNA. I don't know 100% about his independent his runs or NWA, but can you speak to what Crimson will end up meaning to the wrestling business when it's all said and done?
Oh man, I think a similar journey to mine in a sense, and when he had his success at TNA, he was still really, really early in his career. But here you have this kid, at the time was a kid, right? He was 6'6", he was 270 pounds. What do you do with him? Well, you put him on TV, because that's what they were doing with guys like that at the time. And he did great. I mean, and he forged some relationships, and he is a very good professional wrestler. And he also gives back to the business because he's got his school. He runs his own promotion, Tried and True, out of Clarksville, Tennessee. But I think it would be unfair for me to predict what Crimson will mean to the business when it's said and done, because he realistically means so much to the business now, especially in the Tennessee market, because he's preparing a lot of people for careers in this, and he's employing a lot of people with Tried and True, and a lot of the events. He was the infrastructure, and his school was the infrastructure for a lot of what goes on with some of the bigger companies. I don't want to name names, but when they come to Nashville, they use him as an infrastructure and so on and so forth. So he's already meant quite a bit to the wrestling industry, but I think Crimson is still really young, man, in the grand scheme, especially now on how guys are working, into their 30s and 40s and even into their 50s. Crimson's still really young, and he's got a lot of leather left on his shoes, man, on his boots. He'll get a lot done between now and when he's done, and it's hard to say what his contribution to the wrestling business will be. Wrestling is a finicky business in a sense that you can be sitting at home on Monday. Literally, I was sitting at home on a Tuesday with nothing on my books. Abyss called me on a Wednesday and said, "Can you be at TV on Thursday? We're putting you with Crimson, a guy I never meet. We're putting you on TV." So, I mean, any of the major companies could pick Anthony or Crimson up at any time, and he'd be an asset for them. His brain is for the business is good. His business mind is good. So, I mean, you stick him in the right spot on the right TV show, and he's a megastar. I truly believe that. And I think the NWA sees him as a megastar right now, and I think it's just a matter of time before he's making some big waves there as well.
We are on the line with Jax Dane at the Jax Dane on Twitter, Jax_Dane on Instagram. Make sure you're following him. You spoke of Crimson this Saturday night, SWE Fury, Demolition at Dean's, the last show at Eddie Dean's Ranch in downtown.
My dogs are barking. Let me move my location. Get where it's quiet.
It's all right. I'd rather a dog bark than see Matt's cat's butt in my face for the 18th time.
Kevin, don't jinx it.
He's been back there the entire time.
Okay, here we go.
All right. So this Saturday night, SWE Fury, you and Crimson, the War Kings, you're returning to SWE. For those not familiar with the promotion, tell us a little bit about it. We have had Teddy Long on. We've had Moonshine Mantell on. I know he's got a big.
Oh man, Moonshine's another one of my favorite dudes the world don't know about yet, right?
Dude, he's
right?
so
they
awesome.
Don't know about
He's
Moonshine
so
yet,
awesome.
They will. He's big cage match this weekend against Max Castellanos. But SWE Fury doing huge things down there in the southeast. I don't know. What do you consider Texas?
Texas is southwest.
Southwest. Huge show this weekend, though. Teddy Long, the Boogeyman, Big Cass, Enzo's making his debut. Melina, Evilise, Rodney Mack, Selena De La Renta, the War Kings, Mr. Jax Dane himself there. And as
rumored that we'll be there. Rumored. My apologies. We're rumored. Yeah, those guys out in Texas, man. SWE is a big deal right now. Like you said, Teddy Long is involved. Mark Henry's involved. James Beard, who is legendary in his own right as a referee, official booker, so on and so forth. I mean, huge in Texas, James Beard is, as far as his wrestling knowledge. And then the whole list that you named is just outstanding talent. And there's local guys, Bam Bam Malone, Moonshine Mantell, Max is local to Texas. Ryan Davidson's out there. He's fantastic. Another one that the world doesn't know about yet. Edgerrin Stone, another one that the world doesn't know about yet. So there's a lot of talent out in Texas that it's just a matter of time before a lot of these kids get noticed and get put on a major TV show.
Can you just talk a couple seconds about your time at Impact as that tag team Veterans of War with with Crimson. What was that like for you? How was that experience for you?
It was cool, man. Where I really struggled with that, and it took I don't know, it took a lot of convincing from Abyss and Jeff, Jared, and Anthony Crimson, is that they had me billed as a former soldier, right? And I come from a military family. Both my uncles served in the military, and I've got a lot of close friends that are military, whether it be Marines, Army, what have you. And I didn't serve, so they had me billed as a former soldier, right? And I really struggled with being comfortable with that. Not so much with the role on TV, right? Because that's one thing. But when you do the meet and greets, or you do the independent shows, and you have fans and former soldiers thanking you for your service, and you know that you didn't serve, even though you're playing a role, man, that turned to my stomach. It did, and it had no fault to Impact whatsoever, right? I mean, because they were justified in where they were on that decision. Just for me, I never did get comfortable with being billed as a former soldier. I have too much respect for the military and what goes on, and Crimson really had to talk me through being okay with that. And so, outside of that caveat to the time we spent at Impact, I mean, I had a great time. I mean, those guys there, LAX, Ortiz, and Santana, fantastic dudes to work with. Homicide was there in some form or fashion. Low-Key was there. You go down the list of the dudes that were there, and man, it was a lot of fun to be there. Eddie Kingston was around. I mean, so my time at Impact was fantastic, except for being billed as a former soldier, and that's just something I wasn't comfortable portraying. It was hard to do, man.
Yeah, and I don't want to harp on that, but just like to hear you like talk about the camaraderie amongst the guys in the locker room, it's just like it's so refreshing to hear in like a world that where you seem to navigate towards negativity.
Right on.
It's just like it's so cool to hear that, because we have nothing but love for all those guys that you just mentioned, literally all of them.
Well, how can you not love them, man? I mean, they're just good people, and at the end of the day, look, unfortunately, right, in the past year, 18 months, 2 years, had a lot of people pass away in wrestling.
Yeah.
And nobody, very few, and I don't want to talk about any of them by name, none of them by name, but none of them people are saying, oh, he was great in the ring, or, oh, his hip toss was outstanding, or, man, he could sell, or, no, all they talk about is, damn, he was such a good dude. He loved his family, or he did this, or, man, he made me feel this way. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, man, all that matters on this planet is how you treat people, and how people perceive how you treat people. And so for me, how can you not love those guys, right? Yeah. Are all of them great professional wrestlers? Am I a great professional wrestler? Who cares? Yeah. Who cares? Are you good people? That's what matters.
You talk about good people, and you talk about the Impact locker room. Not comparing, but the NWA locker room seems like they are stacked to the gills with just awesome people. We've had Aaron Stevens on the show. We mentioned, you talked about Tim Storm, fantastic dude. What's it like now for you in the pandemic? You go back to the NWA, you're doing the tapings with that locker room.
It's super cool, man, because a handful of those guys, so Aaron Stevens, Chris Masters, and Pope, right? We all started at OVW together around the same time. A lot of people don't know that, but I was there for a couple of years before my mom got sick. So Pope, Aaron Stevens, and Chris Masters were in the WWE class with me, even though I wasn't signed. I was in the class with them, and so on and so forth. So being reunited with those three guys alone was really cool for me, because I get to see my old friends, right? But then when you get outside of a couple of those guys, what's funny is social media has the ability, and it's not just in wrestling, it's in basketball, it's in football, it's in baseball. All these players or all these performers, you get a feel of who they are way before you ever meet them, right? So you've got guys like Perro and Kratos and Trevor Murdoch, and you're going into locker rooms with these guys, and you may have never met them, but you feel like you know them because you're online with them all the time. So when you do finally meet them, they're just an extension of basically what their social media seems to be. So you're not walking into not knowing these guys. You're pretty comfortable with them. And in most cases, man, I can't think of any one person that's turned out to be not as advertised down at the NWA, man. It's been pretty cool since I've been there.
When you look up and down the roster, obviously you just work with Slice Boogie, you and Crimson, the War Kings, you're still doing stuff. The NWA tag division seems to be a bit in disarray. J.R. Kratos and Aaron Stevens are not on the same page. So what does that mean for the NWA tag team titles? Is there somebody you want to work with who you haven't had the opportunity yet? And is there a tag team you guys are looking to face?
Oh, well, tag teams is bring on all comers, man. I mean, as you can see advertised for tomorrow, it's us versus the End, which is super cool. Couple big, bunch of big dudes in there hitting each other. So that's going to be pretty dope. But for me, singles, I mean, the man at the top of the food chain, right? I mean, if you don't want to wrestle the man at the top of the food chain, what are you doing? And, right now I'm focused on being a tag team wrestler with Crimson. But at some point, I feel like as a former NWA World Champion, I mean, I like my chances. And quite frankly, Nick Aldis is a wonderful NWA World Champion, super talented, super accomplished. But has he really stepped in there with somebody that's 6'4", weighs 300 pounds, and can go? I'm not sure he has. Not someone like me that's been a former champion. Now, by no means is this me calling out the champ, because I feel like
call him out. Call him out right now.
No, that's
call
not
him
how
out.
I work. You see, it's not how I work. I let my work speak for itself. So if I climb the ladder and I can face all this, I like my chances. But like I said earlier, I really enjoy having a teammate, being with Crimson. So right now, our focus, as you guys put into words, those guys aren't on the same page. I think they're ripe for the picking. So put us in the ring with them and let's see what happens. I like our chances.
Now, I'm going to throw a hypothetical out to you, Mr. Dane. 2 weeks from now, there will be a 14-man battle royal. If the last two men are Jax Dane and Crimson, are you guys both on the same page in terms of this is for a shot at the NWA World Championship? We are friends, we are teammates, but at the end of the day, we got to one of us has to get that shot. And
well, when we are billed as the War Kings, right?
Okay.
And it's a tag match, then never leave your wingman. That's my deal. Unless he may be injured. However, when we're billed as singles, his ass can get it just like the next guy. If we're the last two people in the battle royal, right? Why wouldn't I throw his ass out? I mean, 10 pounds of gold is 10 pounds, and it looks good around my waist. It's been there before. So as much as I love having him as my tag team partner, and I don't want to not be his tag team partner, if we're billed as singles in the battle royal, he would toss my ass out first chance he got. So, I mean, that is what it is. It's kind of like the Dukes of Hazzard, right? Bo and Luke had each other's back until they didn't.
That's it. You can fight your brother, but nobody else can fight your brother.
Nobody else can, exactly. So that's where we are.
You mentioned the 10 pounds of gold. How much did it mean to you when you were given that opportunity to be the NWA World Heavyweight Champion?
Well, it's the most special thing in my professional wrestling career for a couple reasons. One, I have a pretty close personal relationship with Tenzan, so being able to win it from Tenzan was a huge deal for me. Being able to win it from somebody that has such an accomplished resume, literally one of the top, I don't even want to put a number on it, one of the very best professional wrestlers of all time, right? I mean, all over the world. But then the pressure comes on, and you wonder to yourself, what do I want to do with my time as champion, right? And if you look, all I really wanted to do with that title, man, was to carry that championship and the title of NWA World Champion with a level of credibility and respect and prestige that anybody who was a champion before me or after me would look at my time and say, hey, he did a good job. He represented us well. And as long as I think I can get that. I'm pretty happy with it.
We are on the line with Jax Dane at the Jax Dane on Twitter, Jax_Dane on the Instagram. Were you surprised? So obviously former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. We talked about it before with with small down period. Were you surprised to see the fan support for the NWA when Billy Corgan kind of put a new paint of coat on it and threw it on YouTube about a year and a half ago?
No, not really surprised. I mean, it was kind of expected because it's new wrestling companies or repolished or new painted coat wrestling companies like you described it there, right? It's let's think about it like a nightclub in a sense, or a gym for that matter, right? Every time a new gym or a new nightclub opens with some kind of fanfare and prestige and what, you're going to have people flock to it because they want to see what it's about. But it's your job to make them come back. And that's what Billy Corgan, Nick Aldis, and their team did. A lot of people came, but a lot of people came back. And then when those people came back, then the word of mouth, now more people are coming, right? So something new, something refurbished, something repolished, a new paint of coat, you're always going to make a splash when you start. But it's, can you keep them coming back? And that's what Billy Corgan and Nick Aldis and the team have done.
Yeah, I think they hit a nerve with the wrestling fan who longs for a wrestling event, not sports entertainment. They want to watch professional wrestling. And I think the NWA does a phenomenal job of towing the line. Yes, there's entertainment, there's silly stuff, but at the end of the day, I think NWA Power and the NWA represents professional wrestling a lot better than some companies, in my opinion.
Well, and you're fair to have your opinion, and quite frankly, for my opinion as well, it works well for me. It's what I like. I grew up on the studio shows. A lot of people grew up on the studio shows, and everything in life and business is cyclical, right? I mean, if we look at who's watching stuff and who's spending money now, a lot of the stuff that we grew up on are coming back in style. Classic cars, the old Jordans, the throwback jerseys, all that shit is cool again, right? Because that's what people grew up on. People want to continue on that legacy of their life, of what they grew up on. And that's why the NWA does such a good job of attracting true wrestling fans, is it's a throwback to what they grew up on, and people enjoy that and they love that. And that's not to take away from anything that anybody else is doing, because there's a lot of companies doing really great things. We're just a little different flavor.
Let me ask you, 2019 Bobby Eaton Night of Appreciation, you got to wrestle the Barbarian.
Coolest night, man. Coolest night. And not only did I get to wrestle Barbarian that night, but I got to sit and talk for probably about 45 minutes. It's kind of taboo to watch the event from the crowd, right? When you're on the event, but this was such a crazy special night. And there was so much talent there, like Legends talent there.
Yeah.
Once I wrestled Barb, it was like third or fourth match, I can't remember, but it was pretty early in the night, which I was happy about. I got to watch the rest of the event with Tracy Smothers, man. I sat on my ass out there with Tracy, who, I wasn't near as close to Tracy as a lot of the Tennessee guys were, because I came up in Kentucky and then spent a lot of time out in Texas. But Tracy was always really, really, really good to me, man. He would always, every time him and Ricky Morton would ask me when I'm going to start lifting weights, every time I saw him. So Tracy is a super cool cat, and the wrestling world is worse without him in it, for sure. But and that's why so many of us have agreed to do his invitational that Sean Spears is putting together later in the year. I got to sit with him that night. So not only did I get to wrestle Barbarian, right, which is as cool as the world and a bucket list if you grew up like I did, getting to sit and watch the rest of the night with Tracy and getting to hug Bobby, and that was just a cool night, man. But that's when I think of that match, I think of more of sitting with Tracy for about 45 minutes to an hour there watching the rest of the event.
And you mentioned the Tracy Smothers Memorial Invitational Tournament, November 13th, Springfield, Tennessee. I'm sure there will be a way to watch it if you can't be in Springfield, Tennessee. But you will be a part of that show?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, God willing and everything lines up like it's supposed to. I have committed to that. So, and will happily be there.
Jax, what now you mentioned the War Kings, you're focused on being a tag team wrestler. So is the future in NWA, those NWA tag team titles?
Absolutely.
That's right.
And then are we going open challenge across the board? You'll take on everybody?
I like our chances, man. I mean, we're big, strong dudes, man. We're hard to beat, right? I mean, it's funny. So many guys, they'll tell you, oh, I'm the baddest guy in the world. I'm this, I'm that. We're this. We can beat anybody. Open challenge. Well, look, man, anybody can beat anybody on a given day in the world of sports. But one thing I can promise, if you climb in there with us, you'll know you've been in a fight. We may not win every match. We may not be the baddest team in the world. May not be the most technical team in the world. But if you climb your ass in that ring with us, we're going to punch you in the face. And tomorrow morning, you are going to feel it. So we like our chances, man. I mean, again, it's the old cliche of, oh, we're the baddest team in the world. Come face us and you'll lose. Well, it may not be the case, but you will take an ass whooping.
Is there a tag team that is not in the NWA that you would like to get in the ring with, since this wrestling forbidden door has been essentially kicked wide open?
Oh, man, there's tons of great teams out there. I mean, you can name them all from top to bottom, man. I mean, all the teams at AEW are great. The WWE guys are great. I mean, you go down the list, they're all good. Everybody's good.
Yeah.
Young Bucks are great. I mean, it would have been a dream come true to wrestle Kazarian and Daniels, right? I mean, that would have been, for me, that was probably my favorite tag team in the world. Just to be honest, I love watching those guys. You've got the Viking Raiders. I think, Roe and I've got some crazy battles under our belt. We used to live together. He's one of my very best friends. I think the world of Todd too. I think, or Hanson, I think that, or what, Ivar now, they call him Ivar now. So, I mean, you can go down the list of all of there's great tag teams out there, man, in every company. Taven and Bennett seem to be back together over at ROH. Conway and I wrestled those guys over in New Japan. So there's a lot going on. There's that new young team that is great, Varsity Blondes, Ortiz and Santana again. I mean, you can go down the list. There's great tag teams outside of the NWA everywhere. We'll wrestle anybody.
I love it. At the Jax Dane on Twitter, Jax_Dane on Instagram. June 6th, NWA When Our Shadows Fall will be on Fight TV every Tuesday night. The NWA is on Fight TV. Make sure you check it out. It's a couple bucks for the month. It's a great value. And of course, this Saturday, SWE Fury. You go to SWEfury.com. You can get tickets for the TV tapings. There's a meet and greet in the afternoon. Maybe the War Kings will be there. Maybe they won't. But if there's a payday,
it's rumored we'll be there, right? but man, there's a couple. I mean, SWE is doing such great things. I mean, has anybody seen Rodney Mack lately? I mean, dear God, he's in the best shape of his entire life. He's killing it.
Yeah.
He's literally one of the baddest men on the planet. Charlie Haas is there, so destroying people. He's in the best shape of his life as well. I mean, it's crazy the talent that SWE has on hand right now. Mark Henry's there from time to time, making appearances and doing things like you said. Boogeyman, Kaz, Melina. You can go down the list of guys that are there, and then, like you said, what I think is the very best feud in professional wrestling right now, Max and Moonshine. If people haven't been following that, man, they need to get on that ticket, because my goodness, those guys have been killing each other.
And you could get all that stuff at SWEfury.com. They got links up there to the social media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, the whole 9 yards. You can watch episodes on, I think they're on Fight TV too, right?
Yep. Yes.
You can watch episodes on Fight TV. Those are free, so check them out. Jax, it's been an absolute pleasure. We'd love to have you back on in the future. Before we let you go, is there anything you want to leave us with?
No, man, you guys have done a fantastic job. I really appreciate you knowing where I'll be in the next few weeks and plugging that stuff and getting that information out there for SWE and NWA, man. The pay-per-view Where Our Shadows Fall is going to be a big deal. From what I understand, there's going to be some surprises there that people aren't going to expect. So you can figure Billy Corgan's always got something up his sleeve. Yeah, exactly. So that's what makes it fun, man, in professional wrestling now is can we keep the surprises, right? Because there's so much information out there, rumors out there, those rumors words. But man, thank you guys for having me on. I really do appreciate it. And let's get back on here with me and Crimson when we win those NWA World Tag Team titles and those SWE Tag Team titles. And let's have a championship party.
Absolutely. You have an open invite, Mr. Dane.
Thank you.
Anytime you want to come back on, just reach out, let us know. And I mailed your T-shirt today, so you should be getting that in a couple days.
Awesome. Hope it's a medium.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna. You could probably make it work because you have muscles, but if I tried to squeeze into a medium, I'd look like 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag.
Hey, man, it is what it is, brother. Have a great day, fellas. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Jax. Enjoy the rest of your night. Appreciate you.
Yes,
Good luck
sir.
going forward. Jax Dane. Follow him on the Twitter at the Jax Dane, Instagram at Jax_Dane. The War Kings are killing it. He's doing big things. SWE Fury, NWA. Great guy. Fun interview.
Such a great guy, man. Like legit, like it's hard to tell sometimes when like people are like posturing for an interview or they're actually like a legit good guy. That's a legit good guy.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah. That's a legit good human being right there. The old Jax.
Jax Dane.
Apple Jax, if you will.
Little issues with the audio, but we figured it out. Great talk. Such a history. I'm so happy he joined us.
Yeah, I hope people realize, like, I'm not going to pretend to be like a Jax Dane historian because I'm not. But if we were able to help other people, like, know a little bit more about Jax Dane, like, that's just incredible because he deserves it. Wait.
No, Tony was trying to. I guess he was trying to sign in from the Wizard Zoom, and it tried to kick me out.
Oh, what a donk!
Yeah. Well, I don't know what he thought was going to happen.
So, who do you think calls in first, Tony or Kasey?
I don't know. We'll see. We're going to go from the Beast to Beauty, or we might get the Beast to join.
I don't know. Jax Dane's a handsome guy.
Sure. Yeah, he got them beautiful blue eyes that makes that shirt pop. But
I don't know. He looked exquisite, if I say so myself.
Kevin, can I give you a fun fact about Kasey Catal?
You can give me all the fun facts you want about Kasey Catal.
She's never done a show that Tony's been on.
She's been on twice, right?
And she's never been on the same show as Tony.
Once in studio at your place.
Right.
And once via the telephone, correct?
She was in studio. She was at the my house too, twice.
I wasn't there for that one then.
No, not the one where it's just me, her, and Gino Gotts.
No, not at the crib. I don't know why I wasn't there for that.
Neither do I. T-Donk can't connect to audio.
T-Donk, who are you? Fucking Donk Dane?
He's not connected. We can't hear you. Kasey is apparently here, but she has no video.
All right. What kind of rigmarole are we running here?
No, can't hear you, Tony Donk. T-Donk.
Tony Donk uses full government name, Matt.
Donkomania. Now he can't connect to audio.
What is happening with our lives?
Kasey is here,
but yes, you can.
Oh, now he's here. He's back. You just missed Jax Dane.
That was a great talk, T-Donk.
There we
Nothing?
go. How's that?
All right.
Better?
I
I
mean,
mean, it was better when you were silent.
Oh, thanks, Kev. All right, see you guys later.
he beat me to it. Tony, how are you, buddy? No.
Stop it.
You
We know you're
knock it
faking.
off. You knock it off.
Fuck off.
Nakamura it off.
I was just throwing out facts. You've never been on the same show as Kasey Catal.
Yay?
No, why would
What do you mean,
why would
yay?
say yay?
Well, truth be told, I just came back from a wake, but I figure it's apropos because I'm getting some practice. You want to know why?
Why?
Because this girl's going to get murdered by Dan Maff this Saturday in Lyndhurst, New
Wow.
Jersey.
Wow. You're just going right in hot, huh?
Hello.
Hello,
Kasey
Kasey.
Catal, the tomato of the week. What do you hear?
Let me-
What do you say?
Let me just say something. So I tried to like open this on my computer. So now I'm on my cell phone. That was like horrific. I hate technology.
Well, you're here. You're with the Shining Wizards. You're not in studio.
I'm here. I know.
But it's, it's a pandemic. Of course, you're wearing your Dallas Mavericks fucking gear.
I figured I had to after our conversation.
I spent the afternoon trying to get the information to promote Kasey's upcoming events, and every other thing was a fucking Dallas Mavericks retweet.
Sorry. I know.
So yeah,
it's a
how
problem.
did that happen? How did that happen? How the Mavericks?
Brandon, and then like during the pandemic. So I was a Lakers fan before that, and then Brandon and me were just like watching all the games in the bubble, and I just fell in love with this team like to a weird degree, and now I'm obsessive. Yeah,
Got, a little feisty Mark Cuban as the old owner ski.
he's
Who
the
I like
best.
actually.
He's the best. Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
that's cute.
Kasey Catal, I'm going to tell you a story.
Oh no.
I have a couple Maverick stories. My old general manager was a Dallas Mavericks fan, and he sent a letter to the Dallas Mavericks, and he said he thought they were doing such a great job and stuff. And
Yeah.
Mark Cuban reached out to him and got him locker room passes for when they played the Nets.
Dude, I hear about this all the time. Like even when people email him, because his email is public, like that he does like really cool shit for people.
And then a couple years ago, little Matty Bowman, that's right, little Matty Bowman, he
That's
was
right.
buying some basketball and baseball cards, and he was, maybe pretending to be a child and sending these baseball and basketball cards to these athletes looking for autographs. And I did in return get a Dirk Nowitzki autograph.
You told me about that. Yo, that's my favorite story. I love that. Brandon would pay you so much money for that.
Oh, good. I'll take a couple shekels for it. I think it's just sitting in a cabinet.
Oh yeah, he would die. That's his favorite of all time. So
He could be little Brandon. Little Brandon. He could send a couple.
Full disclosure, I did have a Jason Kidd Dallas Mavericks jersey.
cool. I have one too.
Wow, you just jumped you're going all in on the Mavs.
I was a big Jason
Yeah.
Kidd guy.
Yeah, I have like 7 jerseys. I have like 4 sweatshirts, like 4 hats, like 5 t-shirts. I have custom shoes.
Wow, you went all in. You just dove right in.
And I see you started collecting basketball cards too.
Yeah, and I got a holographic Luca, and that's worth some money, but I don't know if I ever would sell it, so we'll see.
Interesting. I also was telling Kevin before we started the show, I just got back into collecting baseball cards. So
Brandon did too. He only collects baseball. He's like obsessed with it.
you tell Brandon I pulled a game memorabilia Mike Trout jersey the other day.
Cool. Oh yeah, he's gonna be jealous.
Be jealous.
That's
But Kasey,
cool.
we're not here to talk about the Mavericks. We're not here to talk about baseball cards. We're here to talk about Kasey Catal, the wrestler. You broke my heart a couple weeks ago. You beat my new favorite crush, Vita Von Starr,
Oh, I'm sorry.
for the.
Oh no.
Oh,
Am I
you're sorry?
frozen?
No. You're
Oh
not.
no. No, I'm not sorry for beating her. No.
You're now the standalone wrestling women's champion. You're breaking my heart, though. I like Vita Von Starr. I think she's very sexy.
I love Vita. I love Vita.
Why couldn't you just let her pin you?
Because that's not what I do, bro.
Yeah,
That's not what I do.
That's not how wrestling works, Matt.
You get paid either way. You win or you lose. Jesus.
I mean, yeah, but then you get to have really cool matches with a really cool belt. So why would I want to lose?
I don't know. You got to travel outside state with that belt, though. It's going to become an inconvenience if you got to put it in your carry-on, no?
I haven't thought about that yet because I've never had to go across state with belt. So thanks for bringing that
Well, you beat my crush, so I'm going to be miserable about it, okay?
up. Okay, sorry.
Don't tell my wife, please.
I won't.
She will literally murder me.
It's okay. I
All
have a
right.
girl crush on Vita too.
All right. Do you get a
Yeah,
girl
I figured.
boner for her?
Oh, God.
I don't think I'd go that far, but like borderline, I guess. Borderline.
Boner line. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Kev.
That was my. This is what you can expect when I see you down in Atlantic City on for Boardwalk Buds. We'll be on that weekend together.
That's gonna be so fun. I can't wait.
You are wrestling Carly Cruel.
I can't wait. You got to call.
Cup.
Yeah, Charlie Cruel. Yeah,
Charlie, why did I write Carly?
I don't know. But
Oh,
that's okay.
my eyes were strained from scrolling through all your fucking Mavericks tweets. At Catal Kasey on Instagram, at Catal Kasey _ on Instagram. Excuse me. Let me try that again. At Catal Kasey on Twitter, at Catal Kasey _ on Instagram. You also, Kasey, let's talk about your OnlyFans.
Woo! It's the best thing I've ever done. I should have done it way longer ago, like for real.
Is it working out? Are all the creeps signing up for it?
You know what? There are more creepy people in my DMs on Instagram than there are on my OnlyFans.
Wow.
Yeah. And like everything I post on there is like super tasteful. Obviously, I'm not going to promote that because then people aren't going to subscribe.
That's
but
right.
you know what I mean? But like everything's super tasteful. Like Brandon like approves all the pictures. He's like, that looks great. That one looks good. Like it's the best. You just make all this money just from posting ridiculous stuff.
So Kasey, if I started an OnlyFans, what would you recommend I do?
You got to find a niche. So like something that people are into and like something that you like. Like a lot of my stuff is like sports related. So I'll do like jersey shots and like cool sneaker shots. So like, yeah, you're a collector. So you could do like cool figure shots.
So what if it was like me and like two Macho Man Randy Savage figures, just kind of like this, like,
Dude, there's a market for everything. Like people like everything and people are into weird shit. Like it would work.
So are you saying me and Tony shouldn't have taken our shirts off during the Tombstone Jesus interview? We should have tried to turn that into an OnlyFans thing.
100%. Don't do it unless you're going to get paid for it.
Damn it.
Great freaking point.
You know?
We're missing out on a lot of money. Scared money don't make money.
I think anyone wants to
True.
with my shirt off.
Someone out there does.
I know she married me.
Yeah, exactly. So there's more people where that came from.
And I don't even think she wants to though.
Oh my God. Well, that sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, we might have to look into that.
She rage, hate, loves me, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why are you calling out Danny Maff?
You know, I got bored. I wanted to call someone out.
I get bored, I do a Sudoku.
Yeah,
you get bored, you call out Danny Maff.
You could have scrapbooked. You could have brought another pack of basketball cards. You could have spent hours on eBay looking at memorabilia you're never going to buy. But you called out.
True. Yeah. There's like a little bit of a backstory like for this match. So I was supposed to wrestle 3 other people before got to Danny. And I'm actually really happy that I got to Danny because he was around when I first started. He was almost like a mentor to me. Even though I didn't see him that often, he always had my back. He was always encouraging me. So when I got the opportunity to be talking to Chad from Standalone and being like, hey, like, who do you want to work? Like, these people can't make it. I was like, Danny Maff would be awesome because it's just full circle. And it means like more to me than just a match. You know, it's going to be cool for me to like prove myself on a different level, but also have that connection with somebody. So I'm like super excited, but like super nervous for it.
Does anyone in the wrestling business smell as good as Danny Maff?
Good question. Probably not. I don't even smell that good.
No, he is he's like a magical car freshener.
Elixir.
Yeah.
If you will.
Yeah. He smells really good. That's for sure.
So you'll be in Lyndhurst this Saturday, May 22nd at the AM Vets Post 20. It is literally a full day of professional wrestling. Standalone Wrestling Shockwave is at 1:30. I don't know why.
That's one theory.
Look, it's bound to happen. If you listen to the show, I trip over my tongue. SWF Live Pro Wrestling is at 3. And then at 4:30 p.m., Pro Wrestling After Dark, which is it's not dark at 4:30, but whatever. You and Danny Maff. I mean, there's a lot of intergender matches on this card. John Wayne Murdoch and Masha Slamovich. Did I say her name right? Slamovich.
Yep.
Casey Navarro. Miranda Elise. She was just on Ring of Honor. Did Ring of Honor reach out to you? Are you going to be in the Women of Honor thing?
I wish. Anyway, I'm not that good yet. I'm not that good. People still like they just want to watch me die. They don't really want to watch me like compete.
All right, so here's my thing with that, because I've known you for a long time. You gotta change it. Change the narrative. Control your narrative, girl. You know that.
My narrative, I like where my narrative is right now.
Fair
Like
enough.
you know what I mean? Like I'm having so much fun, and I get that all the time. It's like, why are you doing this and why are you doing that? And I'm like, because it's me. You know what I mean? And I've never been able to in my career fully be myself, and I finally am getting the opportunities to do it. So I'm actually having fun doing it. Which
Yeah,
is
and
like the
and
main
trust
goal.
me, that was not meant to be a slight at all.
Oh no, I know.
You know
Yeah,
that.
I know. I
So
know
it's just
for
fun.
sure.
I just want to see you. I know you're doing what you love, and I can't wait to see you in late June. But I just want
Yeah.
to see you get everything out there. So that's just where I'm coming from personally.
Thank you, dude. Appreciate it.
What if she dies in late May? What if she dies next week?
Oh well,
I'm
then
not gonna.
let's see.
Have you not see what I do? I'm indestructible. Like nobody can
point.
kill me. Like it's not gonna happen, even if someone tries really hard, because multiple people have tried really hard. It's not gonna work.
Don't put that out there. People will test you.
Kasey,
Yeah.
are you still wearing white jeans? And how many pairs of white jeans do you own?
I am not wearing white jeans, but maybe I'll bring white jeans back for my match with Maff. That would be kind of cool.
Throw it back.
Yeah, I was going through a lot. Yeah, probably a new pair of white jeans every match.
Kasey, did you know there was a third Shining Wizard?
Yes.
Okay, because you've never been on a show with him until tonight.
This is the first time ever?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the first time you were at the apartment was with me and Kevin and you and Brandon.
Yeah.
Then
Uh-huh.
you, me, and Gino at my house, and then you, me, Brandon, Kevin, Ryan, and Anthony.
Yeah.
But you've never met T-Donk.
Oh shit. I only saw your face one time because of it's on my phone on Zoom. So sorry.
I thought you were gonna say you saw his face in a urinal or something.
A urinal?
What?
Really? Mr. AM vets? What about the PM vets?
I know his voice from the other podcast. So like it's funny now that I can put like a voice to a face.
Oh, is it horrifying?
No. Why would it be horrifying?
Because it's look at him.
I can't see him until he talks.
Yeah, what does that have to do with my voice?
Oh.
Oh, now she's laughing. Now she's laughing.
I forgot that
Well,
you're.
because you popped up.
Who's
It was just a
popped up?
funny moment. No, nothing. Just keep talking.
I forget that you're on your phone, so I've never done Zoom on the phone. So I guess you just see the person that's talking.
Yeah.
Oh.
By the way, I love your AEW like recaps and stuff. I listen to them all the time. Like I don't really watch AEW and I still enjoy them. So
That
That's
makes
pretty
two
good.
of us. I don't watch AEW either. Yay.
Is it actual recap or is it all the other nonsense that falls out of my mouth because I'm tired and exhausted and I don't want to be there?
A mix of both. I enjoy it all.
You heard it here, folks. Matt doesn't want to be there on Wednesday nights.
Ooh.
Wednesdays are fucking rough, man.
Yeah.
And yet you're trying to get people to join the Mark Order and you don't even want to be there. Shame on you.
Kasey, what has it been like wrestling more outdoor shows than probably you've ever had like ever in your life
It's-
in the span of like 1 year?
Yeah, it sucks. I started to try to like work out outside because like my wind is not meant for heat or humidity, and my hair and my makeup is not meant for that either. But it's whatever. It's whatever.
So is it something that you think that you'll get used to, or are you hoping that indoor shows I know you've wrestled some indoor shows since, but are you hoping that becomes the norm again?
Yeah, I like sometimes it's fun because when they have like barbecues or like other stuff going on, like a big like Boardwalk Buds is going to be really fun, and like there's going to be a ton of stuff going on. But like when it's just like randomly like in a parking lot somewhere, or like I just like my match with Vita was at a Motor Inn like parking lot, which was just like I was like, oh man, this is where my career is going. But like
I mean, you throw that white trash hashtag around all the time on Instagram, so
because I'm trash. That's my gimmick.
Right. So wrestling at a Motor Inn parking lot makes perfect sense for you.
I know, but I'm not like white trash. I'm just trashy.
What's the difference?
There's a big difference.
Like, if you're trash, you have like a Coors Light and mac and cheese, and if you're white trash, you have a Bush beer and a mac and cheese.
But yeah, I like the analogy.
Oh, thanks. You,
Oh.
you,
What?
so I don't think I'm saying anything that's not public knowledge. You have lupus?
I do.
Okay, so how challenging has this pandemic been for you? You know, because when it started, nobody knew jack shit and everyone was going to die of COVID. And then obviously you have a compromised immune system. And even though if you watch House, it's never, ever lupus. What's the struggle been like for you? And how hesitant were you for that first show, you know, in the middle of the pandemic where you had to go out there and get in the ring with somebody and be around people?
Yeah. Yeah, at first I was terrified because I was like, oh crap, like I don't know how this is gonna affect me. I don't know what's gonna happen. And then as it got like more prominent and worse, like I would not leave the house. You know, I was like, I'm taking every precaution. I didn't even want to go for walks and stuff because like at the time I also didn't have health insurance. So I'm like, all right, like this is great. You know, like if I get really sick, like what's gonna happen? And then shows started coming back and everyone where we worked, like I mainly worked with Brandon. So like everywhere that we worked, it was very legitimate. Like everyone was getting tested. I trusted everyone that they were getting tested, like the people that I was around and the people that we were working. So that was really important. If I was wrestling someone random that I didn't know, I probably wouldn't have agreed to do it just because I wanted that extra security because it was a little scary. But I also knew that it was a great time to kind of get the ball rolling because not a lot of shows were running. So if I was going to be on those 4 shows that were running during the year, that was going to be major for me, you know. So it got easier, but now we're fully vaccinated and everything's kind of getting back to normal. So I feel a lot more comfortable now.
Do you foresee yourself like working in the future with people that you might be like not so? I mean, you just mentioned that you'd be more comfortable going forward, but is that something that you were extremely hesitant about, or would you like succumb to like actually doing it?
Yeah, like if I didn't know somebody, like I didn't know if they were going to get tested or not. You know what I mean? Because some places weren't like specifying. They would say like, please go get tested, but they weren't asking for proof or for, you know, test results. So it's kind of like, you know, you're just trusting someone based on what they say. So that, you know, that made me pretty hesitant. But like I said, now that I'm vaccinated and stuff, even if someone isn't going to get tested, like that's their own doing because I'm protected. So if they want to be stupid, they could be stupid, but I'm good. So.
Yeah, and I don't want to harp on the whole COVID thing because God knows we've all been through, you know, seclusion, that we haven't done a podcast in studio together for over a year.
Right.
So that's just insane. But so if you had one objective right now for this summer, even, I won't even say the whole year, just for this summer, what would your objective be?
Good question. Just have the best time and learn everything I can. I think that's the kind of mode that I'm in. I want to learn everything from everybody and all the amazing people that I've gotten to work with and work around, and just have fun because wrestling's become fun again for me. And that's like so major because at one point it just got stressful and really difficult. And I was always questioning myself and my confidence. And now that I'm finding like my niche and my confidence again, it's just been really, really fun.
Again, we're on the line with Kasey Catal, great friend of the show, at Catal Kasey on Twitter, Catal Kasey _ on Instagram. She has a t-shirt store, teespring.com/stores/Catals. Or no, you say Catal swag, but I like Catal's wag. But either way, she's got her t-shirts up there. I grabbed the t-shirt. I didn't wear it tonight because it's hot up here and I'm gonna get sweat stains. What's wrong, Tony?
Nothing's wrong. Why?
You have anything you want to say to Kasey?
Yes, please don't die Saturday.
I won't, I promise, guys. Like, listen, like Danny Maff is a tough motherfucker, right? Like he's scary. He's like, you know, got the whole resume and everything. But like the thing is, like, I'm tough too. And like I can take a beating. Like I'm not afraid of him like beating me because at one point, like I know he's gonna get the better of me at some point and like beat the crap out of me. But like he doesn't know what I have up my sleeve. So, you know, as long as I have a handy dandy something underneath the ring, I'll be okay.
Are we gonna have a Russell Bay run-in?
Maybe. Maybe. That would be
you-
great.
Are you gonna skewer Danny Maff in his dome?
No, I don't trust myself with skewers.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
You spent time in CZW, right? Did you ever share a locker room with Nick Gage?
You know what? I actually have never shared a locker room with Nick Gage. I've been around him. I think he's been at like certain shows that I've been at, and just a lovely human being. And Brandon has nothing but amazing things to say about him. But yeah, I've never really been around him that much.
For those not familiar either, when Kasey mentions Brandon, she's talking about Brandon Kirk.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Wrestling husband / douche. He is wrestling. What? Tony's making a face. Me and Brandon have a hate relationship.
It's true.
Because he was a real fucking dick. Because I told this story when he was in studio. I tagged him in something, and then he was like, "Who the fuck are you? Do I know you?" And I was like, "This motherfucker." And then I got him back when True Prince of Pro sent a picture of Brian Knobb's butthole, and then he got buttholed.
True.
He's also wrestling this Saturday. He's wrestling Tommy Dreamer, who helped put your nose back together.
Yep.
Has Brandon ever wrestled Tommy Dreamer?
Never. And like I'm so jealous because like I mean I would have wrestled Tommy, but no, he's so excited. He's so excited, and I think they're gonna have like a really good match. It just depends on like what they're gonna do. Like I have no idea. Are they just gonna have like a normal match? Or are they gonna have like a hardcore match? Like I have no idea what to expect. So
I'm gonna say hardcore match.
you think so? You think Tommy's gonna do hardcore?
I think Tommy has like his bump card where he only does like a couple spots. So I think he's gonna hit Brandon with a bunch of stuff for most of the match.
Yeah.
I think it'll be really good though.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Will be a mark out moment for you. Will you watch him wrestle Tommy Dreamer? Or are you going to be in the back? All right? Kasey Catal's getting ready to wrestle Danny Maff. What's on the earphones? What are you listening to? Do you listen to music to get yourself pumped up? And is it
no.
Duck?
No, it would probably just be anything 90s. I'm like, that's what pumps me up. I'd probably listen to some like NSYNC.
Any Bewitched?
But I love Bewitched, man. Yeah. Oh, I would totally be down for
What the fuck
some
just happened?
Bewitched.
What the fuck just happened?
What?
What? I got a good.
What?
NSYNC, I'm cool with. I get it. I'm a big NSYNC guy. I've heard of Bewitched. I never expected. That's like the one thing I never expected to be on this podcast ever.
What
is a Bewitched reference?
I'm crying.
Matt?
A little C'est La Vie?
Yeah. Some people say
Yeah.
it looks like me dad.
All right, so Tony,
Oh,
Tony, you know who Bewitched is?
of course I do. Anybody listening to
oh.
Shining Wizards knows Bewitched.
Yeah, I'm crying.
Yo, listen, I
Oh, man.
know. Listen, in sync, whatever boy bands. I was in a boy. I get it. I understand. Like
You were in a boy band?
Yeah.
Oh,
Back that train up. Come on.
we talked about this years ago.
Tell the story again. We've got new ears.
No, that's all right.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
no. All right.
You
What do
were
you
in
mean, all right?
You were in a boy band?
We talked about this
You're fucking crazy. We talked about that.
in high school, bro.
What were you called? Douche?
Wait, what was it? What was it called?
Elevate.
Oh.
But I wasn't like in it. I was like the backup when like the one guy got like sick or some shit. Like I would show up at the Livingston Mall and just be like,
No,
Let's-
fucking
It's a
way.
real thing.
yeah. I mean, it didn't last
Okay.
long. It lasted like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
This is
Oh
amazing.
my god.
Yeah.
You have
Oh.
fucking tips?
I got a good voice. What do you want from me?
I gotta hear Kevin sing. Kevin's got to sing. And here comes the copyright strike.
I mean, there's gonna be a copyright strike tonight if you don't think I'm playing Natural Born Killers at some point during the show.
I'd say this is like my favorite interview. It's not even an interview. It's just a conversation. It's just hanging out with Kasey. That's like
I also
That's what it's all
enjoy.
about.
Always.
I also enjoy they have another song, "Blame It on the Weatherman."
That's a good one. Yeah, I do remember that too.
Was that a comeback to like Blame It on the Rain?
No, I think it was the next song on the CD. Oh,
Great. Now we can watch Matt shake his tits for the next 20 minutes.
That's what we do though. People tune in, they think they're gonna see tit shaking. Mine are the last ones, and they're the only ones they're gonna see. So joke's on them.
Oh no, I think they've come to expect that at this point.
Hey, I'm down a couple LBs, buddy. That DDP yoga's going well.
I understand you've been doing a good job.
You're still doing DDP?
Well, I stopped for a long time. Then I started doing it again.
Sick.
Yeah, it's going well. Tony does it too.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked when me and Brandon did it for a little while too.
Yeah. Did you do it so much that you memorized everything that DDP says and you get like fucking angry when it's not a good
A
thing.
little bit.
It's not a good thing. It's a bad thing. Those who know. Oh, look at you, Tony.
Look at that flexibility on me. Look at this.
Damn.
Get
I
them
was doing
feet up in the air.
I was doing catcher into Thunderbolt yesterday on the pizza truck, trying to show the girl that I work with what I
That's
was.
some good shit.
I can't.
I don't care, so I just do whatever I want.
Weird.
Kasey, did you ever share locker room with New Jack?
Yes, I actually have a good New Jack story. So in Tampa for Mania weekend, we were on ICW and New Jack was on ICW. Let me tell you something. He's the scariest man I've ever seen in my life. Was the scariest man I've ever seen in my life. And we were just like, he was having a great time. He just really wanted to just chill. He didn't really want to talk to the people he was wrestling. He's like, I'll see them out there. I'll see them out there. It was like this whole thing. And so we were all freaking out like that something was going to happen. And then nothing happened. It went great. And the next morning, we go to breakfast at Waffle House, and me and Brandon walk in, and he was sitting at the table in front of us, New Jack, eating his breakfast with his milk and ice cubes. So it was great. It's great.
Ice cubes.
Yeah, he had ice cubes in his milk.
New Jack made you like feel him like like that's like you never went up to New Jack. Like I was like, oh no, I'm not going up to New Jack. I'm not talking to New Jack. Like
I didn't even want to make eye contact.
Yeah.
I was scared. I was like, oh no, I don't want to look at him the wrong way. Like,
That's how good he was, man. That's how really good he was and making you believe who New Jack was.
Well,
but when he came out of the curtain, it was like I was sitting next to Yuta and we were just like blasted, like we were just dancing and had our phones out. Yep, exactly. And we were just like dancing. It was awesome.
my cousin Dennis and I, when we used to go to the arena during the heyday of ECW, got a picture with New Jack. And I think he was like 16 or 17 at the time. And he showed that picture to everybody. And he was so proud to tell everybody, between the two of us, 4 justifiable homicides.
Yeah. That's awesome, yo. That's awesome.
The greatest thing he ever got from ECW.
He was the best. He was the best.
Here, let's see if I could get this. I'm going to send something in the chat.
What are you doing?
Oh, no. Matt's doing technology. No good can come of this.
No, you're good. It should be popping up.
He shared a file. Oh, God. This is you, prepubescent Matt, huh?
Oh, I look like I'm a fucking sick child.
How do you open this shit? I don't like this technology.
I don't know. Oh, I fucked everything up for everybody, didn't I?
I don't know what's going on.
No, I can't see it.
Yeah.
I have three New Jack stories. That picture, because I didn't give a fuck, and I was like, that's New Jack, and I'm getting a picture with him, and I don't give a shit if he's eating a cherry icy. Second was an ECW show at the Woodbridge Armory where I was in the front row, and he hit somebody, and I said, yo, New Jack, that was soft. And he said, yo, mama soft.
He got you.
And then it was either a PWS or a Wrestle Pro show, and I was helping Voldemort in the back, the man we do not speak of. And New Jack was there, and he was drinking like cranberry vodkas. And I was like, yo, New Jack, you need another drink? And he looked at me and went, if I have one more of these, I'm going to go out and ring and fucking kill one of these motherfuckers. And I was like, all right, cool. God. And he wasn't even in the Battle Royal.
Yo, he retired and then came back the next week.
Yep.
Yep.
Legend.
Now, I got to bring up a match that Kasey you had, and it's from Synergy Wrestling. And I know we're not going to go into Synergy, but you and LSG and you and TJ Crawford had fucking amazing matches. What? Words, Matt.
Think about think about it, then say it.
Is it do you go into these matches with these guys thinking like I'm wrestling guys, or is it just another match for you? Like, because these guys don't hold back. These matches are awesome.
Mhm.
And everyone in them looks like $1 million. Is there like a different mindset for you, or you just go in there and you do your thing?
No, I think it's a different mindset for them. And I'm not exactly sure what it is, but like, yeah, those were two of my best matches I had like ever. Especially the one with LSG for me is like super special. Just because it was one of the first matches I had in a really long time where I went out there super comfortable and super confident and knowing what I was doing. And that just goes to show like LSG is such a professional and he's so smart and so good at what he does that it all clicked for me so easily. And that doesn't happen a lot. And then kind of the same thing with TJ. It was like we just had this chemistry where we both were on the same page and we knew like what we wanted to do and we had been building this story for so long. Like I think just situationally, it just ended up working out like just perfectly. And yeah, I go into any match with the same mindset. But it's also like I'm not a. This is gonna come off. Let me use my words now. Depending on who you're going at, like I'm stiff. I hit hard. And some people don't like that. Some women don't like that. And I've gotten like complaints before that I hit too hard. So I feel more confident with people who are like, hit me harder. Like I can, like that's what I want. And like, I feel like those two especially were like, yeah, just be you, just hit me. Like it's safe, it's okay if you're a little stiff. Like that's who you are. So.
Is that like,
that's actually, hold on. That's actually a really, really good like point of conversation. Like, when did you discover that you were maybe hitting snug or you were hitting too hard to the point where was there ever a point where you thought that you were doing something maybe wrong, even though we don't think that you were? But is there any point in your that like why are people like challenging me on this?
Yeah, so I remember in training at CAP, actually, I was training with Alex Reynolds and I gave him a forearm and he said, wow, he said, you have a really good forearm. He said, it's snug, but he said, don't change it because it's safe and it's great. Like, don't stop doing it. And because he said people were going to give me problems with it. And yeah, some people were like, you hit too hard. And it just depends on the person. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially if someone's newer or they're not used to someone hitting them. Like, cause I'm not going to blast you, you know what I mean? But right. I do hit. So, yeah, it's just interesting. Some people are like not cool there. I never thought that it was ever a problem because I've never hurt anybody. It's always at the perfect spot. It's never like unprotected. Like it's my forearms are like one of the best things I have, which sounds like silly, but it's like, it's my strongest strength. So I always do it. I'm confident in it. But yeah, some people more than others are going to let you kind of swing and,
Yeah. You could have actually literally stopped answering this question when Alex Reynolds said, keep doing what you do. Because if Alex Reynolds says it, then you're pretty sure you're doing it okay.
Right.
And if anyone complains, you say, don't be a bitch. I want to take, look, I took a Danny Maff chop. I think I need to take a Kasey Catal hit.
I chop hard.
Let's do it.
I overhand chop.
I'm all in. Do you wet your hand first? Because that's what Danny Maff did. He fucked up my chest.
No, I'm not looking forward to any Danny Maff chops. So let's skip that.
Maff chopped me when I was 18 years old.
Do you wet your hand? Like if you come to the studio and I think Kasey's gonna chop me, you're just gonna fucking.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. We'll set it up.
Yeah. I'm all in. Hey, how's the Muck Banging going?
We haven't done we have never done one.
Why? That was your guy's idea. You were gonna Muck Bang all over the place.
I know. And then we started wrestling again and like we couldn't just like eat whatever we wanted to anymore. Well, Brandon does, but I don't. So
well, how come he's not doing Muck Bang? Why aren't you Muck Banging at Waffle House with New Jack?
That would have been that would have got a lot of views.
Why is it called? I don't understand what's called
tough now.
A Muck Banging?
Muck Banging.
I think a Muck Bang.
What's a Muck Bang?
Yeah.
You just eat and you get the sound. It's kind of like eating with an ASMR kind of thing to it.
Yeah, and you just talk about nothing.
Like with your mouth full of food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be good. I'd be good at that. I can muck bang the fuck out of stuff. I had White Castle last night.
You're mukbanging all day long. That's your
Just
lifestyle.
start a YouTube and just mukbang.
That's it. Me and the cats are
it.
muck banging.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll eat White Castle. I'll eat what's around me. I don't know. I'll eat everything.
Just eat anything in your freezer. I'm sure you got some gross shit in there to cook.
This is the portion of the show where we guess what Matt eats.
Well, I had Buffalo Wild Wings today.
It doesn't.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
Those curds?
What? No, I just got the boneless wings. I like the boneless wings. Anything where I have to, and I fucking don't like buffalo wings. You want to know why? It's work because I got to eat around shit.
Yeah, but you burn calories doing work. Anybody can eat nuggets. I mean, come on.
You burn calories doing work.
Yeah, picking up.
I've seen you eat fucking wings. You put them in your mouth and you put, it's like a cartoon. You pull it out. There's nothing on it. The bones.
It's
How's that
fun.
work?
You don't pile up the bones. It's like going to a beefsteak. You pile up the bread, eat all the meat. No,
No.
come on.
Bones freak me out.
Yeah, but grow up. He's not 5. He shouldn't be eating chicken nuggets anymore.
Well,
You
I
get 5
don't like the fucking bones. Look, it's not
You
like
don't eat the bones. What are you, a fucking dog?
No, it's not like if there's fucking wings there, I'll eat wings. But if I have a choice, I'm not ordering buffalo wings. I want buffalo boneless wings.
Such a poor choice.
Fuck you, poor choice.
What do you mean, fuck me? Fuck you. I'm afraid to eat bones.
I'm not nobody wants to eat a bone.
Yo, I love that I have a front row like seat to this because I always hear it, but now I actually get to see it. It's great.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
Who?
You.
The bones get in the fucking way. It's too much work. That's like, look, I go to Red
The
Lobster.
bones are on the inside. It's not like you have to peel the bones away to get to the
fucking
meat.
eat around them, then you got to get in between them to get the most value out of it. You got to get all the meat.
That's the best part, like the little winglet part with the 2 bones. You got to eat in the middle, like.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, I got to eat my wife. She orders like fucking crab. It's like a fucking event for her. She loves it. She cracks it. She's very delicate. I fucking eat my food and then I'm sitting there like a jerk off watching her eat for 40 minutes because she's got to dissect this goddamn crab.
Crabs are a different story. Crabs are
Fucking too much work.
No, because the meat is on the inside of the crab, but it's a chicken wing. It's all the meat is around the bone. You just pull the meat off and you're good.
No, it doesn't work like that. You can't just bite it and it's all the meat's gone. No, sometimes the meat gets stuck between the fucking 2 little bones. You got to put
All right.
finger in there. And you got to get the wet naps and you got to drain fingers.
Let me ask you this. This will be telling. Do you prefer your wings juicy or dry?
Like buffalo? Like if I was going to get wings, I want juicy wings. I don't want dry.
See, then you should just be getting wings anyway. You got to get them dry, dude. Like you shouldn't have moist meat on a wing. You should be tearing that shit up.
Wait, so you get buffalo wings with no sauce on them?
No. I didn't say with no sauce. I'm talking about drier, like almost like deep, like.
Oh
like
no! I thought. Look, in the restaurant business, dipshit. When you say dry and wings,
Well
that
done.
means there's nothing on the. No. Well done means well done. Dry means fucking nothing on it. No sauce.
No. You got to put them. You got to put them shits on. What's your sauce of choice?
I have 2. I like the garlic parmesan and the zesty garlic.
Okay, the garlic parmesan's a good choice. You're not a mango habanero guy?
I would not order a mango habanero, but I would not deny a mango habanero.
Okay, good call. Kasey, how about you? Where are you at with the wings?
There you go.
Yeah, I like spicy. I go with the mango habanero. I like a little citrus, a little spice.
Now, are you ranch or blue cheese?
Ranch.
Oh, come on. You people are killing me.
I hate blue cheese. It's
Blue cheese
gross.
is what you got to go with, man.
I
Mm-mm.
also enjoy ranch. I will
I
not say no to blue cheese, but my wife says blue cheese is just cheese gone bad twice.
But
True.
that's what cheese is. Cheese is it's mold.
Bad, yeah. Unless it's Kraft, then it's just fucking fake anyway. So.
I listen. I'll take them both. I'll take ranch. I'll take.
I won't turn them. I'll take them both. I'm hardcore.
That's right, baby. Oh, look at that bicep. Nope,
Yeah,
no bicep.
Look, again, with the ranch, I can just dip it in the liquid. The ranch, the blue cheese, sometimes it's the chunky blue cheese. There's too much going on.
Stupid, baby. That's the
Oh,
best part. Get
come
that
on, man.
vanilla shit
With the
going.
chunk, get out of here. What?
Hell yeah, dude. A mango habanero with a chunk of blue cheese on top. That shit's aces.
Against it, but if I have to choose, I choose ranch. I like ranch.
No, everyone loves ranch. You could put ranch on a shoe and it'll be fantastic.
Ranch and
So
nugget.
true.
Fucking
But-
toddler of the show over here.
All right. So Kasey, how are you?
Hey, I like ranch and nuggets too.
Casey's enjoying this argument. All right, she's never been in it around for one of these up close.
Yeah, this is passionate. This is passionate about wings. I'm very interested in this.
I'm also wondering now that you've got all this wing talk, if we're gonna get some muck banging on your OnlyFans.
Hey, if it makes money, why not?
Come on, Kasey Catal, white jeans, eating a chicken wing. Who ain't paying for that shit?
That's true.
That's
Okay.
you know what, Tony? That might be the smartest thing you've ever said on this entire show.
That's good. I'm gonna take that. I'll let you know how it goes. I'll give you a cut.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
That's good.
Casey, you said you like your wings spicy. Now, what level spicy are we talking? Are we talking like low life Louis Ramos is going to go because that fucking psychopath goes to Buffalo Wild Wings and gets the hottest goddamn wings ever. And then he probably just goes and shits in the parking lot when he's done with them.
Yeah. Yeah, not that spicy. Like, but I like spicy. I have a taste for spice.
Let me, do you cook? You could say no. It's not, I'm not.
What?
2021. Do you cook or do you not cook?
I don't like cooking, but sometimes I do.
All right. So we do the Hello Fresh.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you the amount of times I've touched a jalapeno and then touched my face.
You fucking idiot.
Bro.
You know what? I got a jalapeno and cheddar bagel and I ate it while I was driving to my parents' house and I touched my eyes. You want to talk about a death ride? I was like, babe, you gotta give me some of them napkins. She's like, why? I'm like, I touched my eyes. She's like, you're an idiot. I'm like, we're gonna die if you don't give me a napkin right now.
God.
Yeah, that's so bad.
It's terrible. You just touch a jalapeno, and then even if you wash your hands, it don't come off. Then you touch your face. Once I scratched my butt, right, and then I was playing Madden, and I was like, oh, my fucking ass is on fire. What the fuck?
Why would you do that?
Fucking idiot.
I don't know. I would like try and rush through this was the days of Blue Apron, which I hate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Blue Apron sucks.
They fucking suck. When they sent me that meal and they were like, use a brick. I'm like, who's a fucking brick?
Chicken under a brick, right?
Go fuck your hand, chicken.
You know what these fucking dickheads told you to do in the recipe? They're like, if you don't have a brick, fill a pot with water and just put it on the chicken. The fucking chicken burned, everything smoked. It was a disaster. Blue Apron
Wow.
sucks. And I heard they beat their employees too. So there you go.
Yeah,
They beat their employees?
No, wasn't Blue Apron the place where people were showing up and killing each other because they were so miserable working there, like putting potatoes in boxes?
Really?
There was some story that went around years ago that they're like the conditions where they worked were like deplorable. It was terrible.
Damn.
So Kasey, back to you.
Yeah.
Because this is getting this is way off the rails. You're kind of just here.
I'm enjoying this.
I know you are, but I'm sure there might be people who tuned in to actually listen to you.
Probably like 4.
Hey, I'll take 4. Okay. All right, maybe we turn them on. Maybe our fans, they check you out. So May 22nd, you're here in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. You're up in Tony's neck of the woods, doing wrestling. And then June 27th, you'll be down in Atlantic City for the Boardwalk Buds Cannabis Cup. Is there anything else you have going on? How frequently are you wrestling? And do you see your bookings opening up as the warmer weather starts to come into play?
Yeah, so I'm basically booked every weekend until July, which is cool. A lot of them are like for either standalone, ICW, doing a lot with ICW, with Brandon. And then standalone has like other shows that they do with like LTW and SWF. So like those shows I'm usually around or on. So yeah, it's been pretty solid. It's been pretty busy. It's like the same type of promotions and like a family of promotions, but still working, so it's been pretty good.
Who are you most looking forward to working with?
That would be Shining Wizards Kevin.
That's gonna be, I'm really excited that you're gonna be there because number one, I want to see you like live doing stand-up because I think it's gonna be fun. And it's just gonna be like a great weekend. Like you guys, like if people haven't checked it out, like go check out like Boardwalk Buzz. There's gonna be so much stuff going on, like besides just like wrestling. Yeah. There's gonna be the comedy show, karaoke, speed dating, guest speakers. Like there's gonna be a crap ton of stuff. It's gonna be really fun.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Kasey, if you could record Kevin's set for us and then send that to us, that
I'll
would.
record it.
Gotcha.
You haven't
got you.
recorded anything in the years you've been on the podcast with us, Kevin.
That's a good point.
I'll make sure it gets done.
Yes. We'll have a little
Yeah,
fun
so-
on the Shining Wizards with Kevin.
I'm on. I'm there. I'm there the whole weekend, but I'm performing
Yeah.
Friday night and Sunday night. So
Okay, cool. I think I'm getting there like Thursday night just to like mentally prepare myself for a really long weekend. So
yeah, I'll probably shoot down early. I took off that Friday and that Monday, so I'll probably shooting down probably early afternoon. I'll be there.
awesome.
Yep, can't wait.
Kasey, what else you got going on?
What else I got going on? I mean, working.
Did the playoffs start yet?
They start next week.
Okay.
The play-in tournament. I don't. When is the play-in tournament, Brandon? I think it's
Wednesday.
Like
Wait,
Wednesday.
that fuck face is right there. He didn't even stick his dumb face on the camera.
He's
fucking
playing
hates
video
me.
games in the other room. Brandon, come here. Come say hi.
What's he playing?
The show.
How's he doing? Is it on a PS5 or an Xbox, whatever?
PS5.
You motherfucker.
Yeah. PS5 rules.
Yeah.
I think
Yes,
the
I am
play-in
live.
starts Wednesday, and then
Oh, you had those AirPods in. I thought he would be able to hear you.
Come here, Brent.
Pull your pants up, you jerk off.
Down, you Bob.
Sit
Jesus
down.
Christ. Say hello, you dickhead, and then you can go back to sucking with the Mets.
I wasn't initially invited, so.
Oh, he feels.
Because this is about me.
I don't think I'm going to do this.
It's about me,
Oh.
not you.
I have a match this weekend too.
Yeah, we talked about it
You
before.
guys-
You and Tommy
Well,
Dreamer.
you
He's gonna wear his
didn't
Dusty
ask-
Rose polka dot pants and beat the shit out of you for 7
You didn't-
minutes.
You didn't ask me about it.
All right,
so,
how do you feel about wrestling an extreme icon?
do you care though? Like,
You're
I
so
can-
sad.
I'm
Yeah,
not
but-
invited.
Yo, I gotta side with Brandon on this. That was the most generic, uninterested question that you could possibly ask.
You want to ask me when I started wrestling?
Yeah.
So you got my first day at wrestling school.
That's
you
one of
come
Matt's
on.
go-tos.
You're an interviewer. This is your job. Come on.
Can you tell me about your past wrestling experiences?
No.
I hope Tommy Dreamer takes a pair of scissors and cuts that fucking nub off the top of your head.
See, that's a question. That's a good thing.
No, that's a statement, but it's a good statement.
I get it. You don't.
I'm very
Brandon,
excited. I've known
how come- how-
Tommy for a really long time.
No one cares.
Actually, hey, I'm really stoked about this. I actually just finished talking to him like a few minutes ago, and he's ready to go.
No,
He's
you
feeling
didn't.
good, and he does not have COVID anymore, so we're fucking good.
Don't put that out there. I don't think.
Everybody knows it's on
Oh,
the
Yeah,
it
he
is?
put it out
Okay.
there. Yeah, it's been
Okay.
podcast. No, I
Brandon.
just talked to him. He's feeling good. He's ready to go. I'm ready to go.
When you have a match of this caliber with Tommy Dreamer, is there like a list of weapons? Like, are you gonna get a cheese grater to the head, or is it just kind of
Well-
you're just bringing whatever?
I feel like it all depends on the mood that Tommy's in that day. depends on what he wants to do. So we'll see. I'm sure there'll be a trash can in there and a bunch of little goodies and stuff. But it also, like I said, it depends on his mood for the day. If we get grumpy Tommy, then we probably won't use any weapons.
No.
Probably not. But I don't care. Like Tommy is the draw, not the things that he uses. You know what I mean?
No.
So regardless
stop
of what
it.
Tommy does, come on. Regardless of what Tommy does, he's gonna be. People are gonna be excited to see him.
Why are you so soft spoken?
He's always been soft spoken.
I know I can't hear. You got to speak up though.
Oh,
What?
I'm on
Oh,
a
that's
phone.
good.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Can you hear me? Is this any
It's
better?
not, it's not how that
No.
works, dummy.
Not at all.
How's the show going?
The show is going great. I was in the middle of the game when I got dragged onto this thing.
Are you
That's
winning
right.
or losing?
I'm losing.
Are you Let me now. This is a video game question. Did you create your own team and is fucking Brandon Kirk the center fielder, whatever imaginary fucking position you want to play, or do you
Third
play
baseman.
like legit? You play with the raw.
Third baseman.
So you're
Right.
such a fucking
Right.
hand job, unbelievable. Third baseman, you can't handle the hot corner.
Yes, I play third base. in
He plays
softball.
softball every Sunday.
I went yesterday. What's today? Monday. Yesterday, 4 for 5 with a fucking no doubt dinger to center field.
It's
Yeah.
fucking softball.
For what?
We're talking softball.
Not impressive. So wait, another
Very
question.
impressive.
Are you on the Mets or did you make your own team?
I got drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates.
All right. You know what? I like Pittsburgh. It's a beautiful city. I love the ballpark. And they probably need a third baseman.
I think so.
Hometown of Bruno Sammartino, by the way.
Oh, nobody fucking
That's
cares
favorite
about
wrestler.
Bruno Sammartino.
This whole thing has gone to shit.
That's what happens when I come on.
All right. Who you playing? Kasey said you got into collecting baseball cards. I just got
I
back
did.
in too.
I did. I used to collect them when I was a kid.
Right.
I don't know where
Do you have a tick?
I had a binder full of. No, that's just a scam.
Sorry, I thought Coco had a tick.
I had a binder full of them, and they're somewhere in my basement at my parents' house, but I can't find them. I have no idea where they are. But I started doing the new Top series that they just came out with, and then I'll probably get the next box when it comes out in June.
What?
We'll see.
Just regular tops, or did you do the Tops
Yeah.
Heritage?
I did both. I did the tops,
me
and then I
too,
just got
me
a
too.
heritage box because I thought the heritage box was cool stuff.
It's really
And then
cool.
I got like what did I get? I got a Charlie Blackman one, the one that has like a piece of his jersey in it, which is pretty sick.
Yeah.
So I got
Yeah.
some cool stuff out of it. So
Did you guys hear that Target and like Walmart are no longer selling cards at the stores now because listen, this is 100% justified because people are psychopaths.
oh yeah, it's crazy.
There's
And-
fights. Yeah, there's riots over cards.
I feel like these are our only options are going to be the Topps website when they never have anything, or like local card stores, which
That's what we
there ain't
do.
that many of those.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually went to a local card store like 2 weeks ago. It was very
Yeah.
weird.
Oh,
I went to
therapeutic,
one
right?
yesterday. They
No,
had
it was
one-
weird, dude. I walked in, it was an old dude and 3 of his old dude buddies just sitting there. And I swear to God, I don't
This
know
happened-
if it's because I have like the mind of a wrestling fan or a shyster. I walked in, I said, let me get a box of Tops. Right. So he's like, whatever, 135. I'm like, just give me the fucking cards, buddy. And then his friends, they start like a bit. They're like, what do you think all those cards on the top shelf are worth? And it's like unopened packs, like 1993 baseball cards and football cards. And then they start like talking about who the rookie cards are. Like, and they're like, we should buy those. How much you think he'll sell? Like, it's a bit. And I'm like, I'm not falling for this dumb shit.
Garbage.
It's gambling. It's gambling. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Dude, that's why I
Yeah.
love doing like the wrestling card breaks every now and then. I don't care about the cards. I just like want to like hit something. Like that's really what it's all about. Like I
Yeah.
don't give a shit about like any like rookie or whatever. I just want to like be involved in like the game, So
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, Brandon, it's nice seeing you. You may go back to your video game. I didn't know
Oh,
you were
I can-
there.
oh, I'm good. Oh, okay.
Give me
Thank you.
the pod.
Appreciate you.
I
Okay.
just want to say hello.
What's he
Oh
saying?
my God. You said you just wanted to say hello.
Oh. Hello. Fuck you guys. Bye.
Oh my God.
Oh, all of us. He said all
Yo,
of us.
enjoy fucking losing at the show, you fucking loser.
Yeah.
Get drafted to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the
See,
Pirates.
He really just hates Matt. I don't think he meant that he hates all of us.
Oh,
No,
he,
it's just me.
Yeah, that's true.
We did have a nice exchange when we ran into each other at the Walmart over here, though.
I heard about that. Yeah.
It was fun.
this week's episode of Where Did Matt and Kasey Meet Each Other?
No, it was me and
It
Brandon.
was Brandon.
I've never run into Kasey.
No, I'm not talking to you.
Like I feel like it's like a Three's Company bit where it's like Brandon, Casey, and Matt. Because they have this weird relationship
weird.
that nobody else knows about but them.
It's true.
I don't even know if we have a relationship.
Oh, not anymore.
Why? Because he's on the Pirates?
Yes, that's right.
Kasey Catal at Catal. Why does it at Catal? You had to delete your Twitter, didn't you? You deleted your Twitter, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I deleted it. Now it's back.
That's
Have
right.
you reclaimed the followers that you lost?
I'm like halfway there.
Do you pay attention to something like that?
Now not so much. I used to pay way too much attention. That's why I deleted it. It was just getting like crazy. But yeah, I don't really care. It's cool when I get followers. And like then I think about like some of the newer people like coming up and like they have like 15,000 followers and then I'm like, do they pay for that or like is it real,
So sketch.
right?
It's a lot of bots, a lot of eggheads.
Yeah.
I don't follow. No eggheads. And you know what I have to do sometimes? I have to unfollow the people that retweet the porn.
Same. It's just too much. Like, great. You like porn?
Right.
Excellent. But like, don't put it on my timeline. I don't want to see that at 6 a.m.
No, I'm fucking laying in bed with my wife scrolling through porn, and then there's a fucking big black dick on my screen.
Right.
Now I gotta explain why I'm looking at porn.
Right.
Come on, dude. That sounds like a party to me.
No, because
Well,
nothing
you don't want to show your wife what a real man looks like?
exactly. Nothing comes from nothing good comes from a big black dick at like 2 a.m.
Oh my God.
But I thought the same thing comes out of all dicks. You got to watch how you phrase those questions, sir.
I guess.
All right, Kasey Catal.
At Catal Kasey on Twitter, at Catal Kasey _ on Instagram. This Saturday, there's a trifecta of wrestling. Look, you've been jonesing, you've been in the house for a fucking year and a half. You're looking to get out. It's supposed to be beautiful Saturday. It's supposed to be like 80 degrees.
Oh, great.
That's not...
All right, well, Casey's gonna wear extra deodorant. I don't fucking know. The mat's gonna be nice and hot. I don't know.
Casey's going to be the only one wearing extra deodorant because the slobs that show up to these shows never put it on in the first place.
This.
See? I know a thing or two
Really,
about a
it's
thing or two.
not so hard. You grab it, you just psst, 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 you're good to go. It's gonna be warm.
True.
There's
True.
3 shows. Why not spend a day at the Vets Post in Lyndhurst? You can see Brandon Kirk. He's gonna wrestle Tommy Dreamer. You can see Rhett Titus wrestle Kyla Beast. Snitsky's gonna be there. The Sandman's gonna be there. The fucking Sandman's gonna come on. The Sandman's gonna be there. And Kasey Catal is gonna wrestle fucking Danny Maff.
Casey's going to die.
No, this is gonna be a really good show. Like, besides, like, if you want to like come and see me like possibly die, that's cool. But like, if you want to come see the other like really awesome people, like, it's a good card. And you know, if you're just bored on a Saturday and just want to chill, like, I don't know if there's a bar or something. I'm sure you could like bring beers or sneak them in, like, just enjoy yourself.
The fucking big deal, Craig Steele is wrestling.
I know, I love him.
Story of my life. Sneaking beers into shows and just drinking them.
Same.
That's right.
Yeah, it is a little disappointing. Me and Kevin went to a wrestling show once, and they didn't have a bar.
I freaked out. I left.
Yeah.
No, I didn't leave.
Did you?
But... No, I didn't leave. But
We definitely took a walk to see if we could find a liquor store.
But it
That'll-
makes it like way more fun. It really does.
No,
Yeah.
look, it does. I mean, we should have known better, knowing that it was in a church.
oh my God, that was that Capitol show.
Yeah,
It was in a church.
It was fucking like 60 degrees outside, and it was like 40 degrees inside. It was fucking brick.
Listen, even shows that I work, I still have a couple before and after. So
Sometimes
that's
you need
the
it.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goddamn right.
You're not
Takes the
drinking.
nerves off.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
drinking wrestling, are you?
Me, no. If I'm doing like a death match, I'll have like a shot or two before I go out. But
Oh God, Kasey, all right, you're my favorite person ever now.
You have any death matches planned, or is that Jimmy Lloyd won the last one?
so with ICW, I manage Brandon. So like I do death matches. Like I take death match spots with Brandon. There's a whole actually video compilation of me dying at ICW on my Instagram and Twitter. All like the stupid bumps I've taken at ICW. But there is one coming up in June. So it hasn't been announced yet. So just keep your eyes peeled for that one.
Is there an easier way to find it on Twitter versus scrolling through your fucking timeline?
I'll retweet it. Listen, like
Wow.
a lot of stuff on Twitter, I'm either not tagged in or like it's like a shindy show and I don't want to retweet it. But if it's on Instagram and stuff, I'll put it on my story. Everything I share on my Facebook that I'm gonna be. So like, if you could just stalk my Facebook, I probably won't add you, but just stalk it and then you could find it.
Yeah. I sat down today. I was like, all right, time to start doing prep for the show. And I was like, all right, I'm like, what is all this?
I don't do much. I work like for 4 companies, and I work like 30,000 shows for them. Like that's it.
You
So
think
the
they would
rest,
tag you in something?
they do tag me when I'm relevant, but then sometimes I'm not relevant. So then I just have to tweet about how much basketball I'm watching.
You are Kasey. You in a wrestling ring is always relevant.
I'm turning into Dan Barry. Like all I do is put myself down. I tell him that all the time.
Well,
That's a guy that I want to work with, Dan Barry.
I guess that's good.
I love Dan Barry so much.
That's good for Brandon if Dan Barry's partner seems to be doing okay. So
yeah.
Shout out to Dan Barry.
Shout out to Dan Barry. He's the best. I love him.
Shout out to Barry. He's doing well.
Yeah.
Have a great one, Barry. Kasey, did we miss anything? Is there anything you want to talk about that we didn't cover?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I know once I hang up with you guys, I'll be like, oh shit, but no, I don't really think there's anything.
Makes sense.
Make one of those dream boards, right? For the
vision board?
Whatever. Dream board.
I have a vision board.
What's
a goal?
What's on your vision board?
Oh God.
I'll tell you right now. Hold on.
Is it that fucking that guy you want to marry who plays for the Mavericks? Is he on it?
No, but I should definitely manifest that. Thank you. Actually, I do manifest that. Okay, so my dream board says stay motivated, make money, train hard, make a difference in the world, travel, self-love, and be successful.
So you just put words on there? There's no pictures?
There's some I'll show it here, look, see, this is mine.
Worked pretty good.
It's good.
And that's look at Brandon's. So that's mine.
All right. We know who
And we have just goals so we can visualize them. I'm very into visualization and just putting things out into the universe, and it actually works. The year that I put my first year wrestling, when I made a vision board and I was like, oh, I want to be on WWE, and then I wrestled Asuka in my 3rd match, so it works.
Yeah, that was incredible, by the way.
It works.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that we were gonna see pictures because I'm borderline retarded, so I was hoping for pictures.
Nah, sorry.
Oh,
yeah.
I like pictures. I like pictures. I like stuff.
I like pictures too. I'm just not very artistic.
I like
You don't have to draw them. You cut them. Don't you? Isn't the idea? Don't you cut it out?
Yeah, but then I feel like I'm manifesting other people's things, and I feel like that won't be as legitimate. So I have to do it myself.
I like it.
You're very inspirational, Kasey. I like it.
Oh, such an inspiration.
It's a shame you're gonna die Saturday.
I'm not gonna die.
Fucking
Did you see me? Oh, did you see the before I go, did you see the door that he put me through?
Danny did?
Yeah, last weekend.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So this will probably be shown. I don't know. So at LTW last weekend, Saturday. Oh my God, last weekend, Saturday. I went out and I screwed Dan Maff out of his match. I low blowed him because I was just pissed off. He was ducking me. And then I had my match with Vanity. And at the end, I called him back out because he was still ducking me. And he got in the ring and he was all tough guy, but then he kind of pussied out on fighting me. And then eventually I beat him. I was just getting to him and getting under his skin that he pushed me out through a door. So he ran me through a door.
When you low blow a gentleman,
Mm-hmm.
are you worried about actually low blowing him, or is it just you don't care?
When it's Danny Maff, yes, I'm very worried about it because when I went to the back, he was limping and holding his crotch, and it was just a joke, but I was almost shit myself. So
That's fucking fantastic.
yeah, it was bad.
Well, Kasey, this has been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah,
You are welcome anytime you want to come back on. Seriously, you just want to want to do a.
I want to see you guys. I want to be in person next time so I can see you.
Yes, absolutely. We have
Let's
yet
do
to be in
it.
person for a show since this goddamn pandemic, but we're all vaccinated.
Yes.
And summer is coming, and I'm gonna bust out this motherfucking backyard like nobody's business.
Finally.
There you go.
So I don't know
We're ready.
if I can invite the Kirks to the house, but you're more than welcome to take the trip.
We're
to the
down.
house.
We're down.
Well,
We're down.
And I will see you, of course, on June 27th or June 25th.
I will see you there.
And again,
Excited.
this Saturday, May 22nd, you can get tickets at standalonewrestling.presents. No, wait, what? The worst website ever. Just go to Standalone Wrestling's Facebook.
Yeah, you'll find it.
You'll find it.
Links
Yeah.
there. May 22nd, you could buy a ticket to one show. You could buy a ticket to all 3 shows. Again, Saturday is supposed to be a nice day. You've been cooped up in the house for a year and a half. You haven't seen live wrestling. This is the perfect opportunity. You're going to see the likes of Kasey Catal. You're going to see her battle Danny Maff. You're going to see Brandon Kirk. He's going to wrestle Tommy Dreamer. The big deal, Craig Steele's going to be there. Casey Navarro. Masha Slamvich.
Yeah.
Vita Von Starr, Matt McIntosh, the program, the Riot City, Shane Douglas, Sandman, Man Tequila. Is that a person?
Mantequilla.
Mantequilla.
Butter?
I love him.
Be there?
Yes, butter.
Butter is going to be there. On a roll, son.
Yo, he's really good. He's really good, by the way. He's really, really good.
He should change his fucking name.
He's a lucha guy.
Butter.
Oh,
Mantequilla is a lucha.
Mantequilla's been around for a very long time.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Yeah, it's been around as long as cows have been around.
He was what was it, tag team with House of Glory with Jose
Mhm.
Camacho, I want to say.
Yep.
What's his nickname? Canola oil?
I don't know. Let's get her plugs.
Oh, boo, fucking canola oil. At Catal Casey on Twitter. Catal Casey _ at Instagram. Onlyfans.com. It's Catal and then it's Casey Kaaseyy. Did I get that right?
Sure. I don't know.
You fucking invented it. What about Casey Catal was taken?
I just caught. Yeah, it was taken. So I just copy and post the link.
Did you check out who the OnlyFans was for Casey Catal though?
No, I didn't do that much.
teespring.com/stores/Catal swag if you want to support Casey and buy a sick t-shirt. There's some great designs up there. They also did the oh fuck, what's the they tag us all the time. He does like the comic book covers. They did one for you, right?
Oh, the Bald Monkeys podcast did it. Yeah,
Yes.
did a shirt for me too, so you can go there as well. Yeah.
Casey, anything else before we let you go go watch Brandon lose? I don't know. What do you do when he's playing video games?
Watch YouTube.
All right. I see you when watching that 90 Day Fiance. How's that going?
Yo, I love 90 Day Fiance. We love it. We thrive. We thrive as a couple watching 90 Day Fiance.
Nice.
I'm just gonna watch like basketball highlights now, and like that's it.
There's not like an important basketball game?
No, we clinched the playoffs, man. So we're waiting.
Yeah, playing doesn't start till Wednesday. NHL playoffs are on right now though. So
There you go,
Yes,
Casey. You can watch that. You can watch the Mets lose, so that's going on right now, probably.
No.
All right, Casey, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Anytime,
Yes, thank you guys.
please join the
Yes,
show.
I'll see you soon.
Yes, please.
bye.
Bye, guys.
Good night, Casey. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
She's gonna die.
She's gonna die.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. We got a lot of wrestling we got to talk about.
Yeah,
So-
no shit. Are we gonna fucking end the show before 11:30 tonight?
Oh my God, old man Tony.
Fuck off, dude. I'm tired.
You're tired. Take a nap.
All right. See you later.
All right. But what do we
Back
always
after this.
Back after this.
Commercial? Are we taking a commercial?
Commercials.
We
Back
know
after
you
this.
love shopping at Amazon, and we also know you love listening to the Shining Wizards. That's why you're hearing this commercial right now. But were you aware that you can combine the two, do all your shopping, and support the show at the same time? Well, of course you can. Instead of going to Amazon.com, go to Amazon.shiningwizards.com and make your purchases the way you normally would. You're going to get the same great low prices, and a portion of whatever you purchase is going to go to support the Shining Wizards. How great is that? You, by purchasing anything that you normally would anyway, is going to support us. That's a win-win in my book. So from now on, when you shop at Amazon, go to Amazon.shiningwizards.com or click the banner on our website and do all of your shopping with the Shining Wizards.
Because of the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night. This station and hundreds of other radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through an emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all developments.
Horns up, everyone. One on the Shining Wizards Network. Be sure every Friday to check out Radioactive Metal. Radioactive Metal is one of the longest running podcasts on the interweb. And every week we bring you a fist full of metal, including interviews with all your favorite artists, discuss all the metal news, and feature the best tunes on the air today. So grab a Lemmy, join your cool Uncle Snowy and co-host Aaron in the pit.
Your recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment broadcasting from the current to the way back. Join the impact player Phil Brea and the Portuguese man of war Choppy for the Turnbuckle Throwbacks Wrestling Podcast. Live every week on rantemradio.com. Get all our episodes over at iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Audio Boom, Google Play, ShiningWizardsNetwork.com, and TurnbuckleThrowbacks.com.
Are you tired of being told what to think and believe by Hollywood elites and politicians who just don't care about you?
Tired of not getting the truth when you watch the news?
Tired of trying to figure out what pronoun to use?
Tired of mob mentality when all you want to do is think for yourself and make up your own mind?
That's where we come in. This is Justin.
And Vince.
Your host of Inconclusive Breakdown.
We are a weekly anti-PC podcast bringing you entertainment and current event news without any spin.
If you want to truly stay informed on what's going on in the world, then give us a listen every Sunday, anywhere you get podcasts, at least till Zuckerberg and Twitter Jack deplatform us.
And as always, we're proud members of the Shining Wizards Network.
Tired of the PC police telling you what you can and cannot say? Want a show that travels back to the 80s and 90s, where the badass hosts have beaten down cancel culture on 3 separate occasions and carried on to gloat about it? Since 2013, The Midnight Jury is that show. Travel back to the malls and arcades, pop in your VHS, and join us where the 80s and 90s return from the dead. Conan, tell them where to find us.
WLWstudios.com, home of the Midnight Jury podcast hosted by Midnight Mike and Calvin Brody.
Also available on all major podcast platforms via the Shining Wizards Network, and join in the conversation on Twitter at Midnight Jury.
What's up, wrestling fans? You want something awesome? Check out Wrestling Night in Canada here on the Shining Wizards Network. We're 3 Canadian metalheads uniting for the love of pro wrestling. Every episode we go over all the latest news and special events with the odd unique interview as well. So grab a cold one and check out Wrestling Night in Canada, eh?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. My name is Thomas, and what's your name?
I'm Alan. Oh, yeah. We're brothers.
That's right.
Yeah. Got the same mother and father.
Your room was...
Oh, we shared a room.
Shared a room.
We shared a room.
Thought I knew your face.
Yeah, we go way back, mate. Yeah.
We should do a podcast then.
We have.
We do a podcast.
We do a podcast.
What's it called?
The Broadcast. Yeah, that was planned.
Yeah. Well,
what do we do?
Well, we cover all different things in the world of pop culture. We're talking about comic books, we're talking about professional wrestling, and we're talking about movies. Go back and watch classic retro wrestling events, the likes of WWE, WCW, and if you do like that, you can check us out on Apple iTunes, also on Podbean, Anchor, and on Podknife. Also check us out on Twitter at The Broadcast. That's BROKAST. Nearly stuffed up the ending.
No, it's all right. Good on you.
Yeah. Instagram also at The Broadcast Podcast.
Remember, we don't spell it with a C. We spell it with a K.
Sorry, mate.
Take it easy.
Say I look like me dad.
All right, we're back. Let's take a minute to thank those that support the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast. You can do so over at our Patreon, patreon.com/Wizards Podcast. And you can support the show for as little as $1 a month. As you've heard us talk about, though, $3 a month is your best value. You get 4 bonus shows. You get a watch along. You get us doing the crossword from Inside the Ropes Wrestling Magazine, which is hysterical. We actually just tried this for this month of May, and it was a lot of fun. We did a wrestling profile on Bad News Brown, and still to come is our profile piece on Fall Brawl 1995.
Oh, yeah.
So $3 a month gets you all that bonus content, and we mention you every week on the Shining Wizards Wrestling podcast on the same shows as the likes of the Jax Danes, the Kasey Catals, the Ice Trains, the Michael Bennetts, all
Chris
your
Jericho's, bro.
Jericho. So at this time, we're going to thank Kathy Hummer, the queen of the Shining Wizards, who just celebrated her birthday.
Happy birthday, Kathy.
Manny Crazzo, the king of the Shining Wizards. Danny and Anthony Rusinello, the AOP of the SWP. Ryan Arthur, who also just celebrated a birthday.
Happy birthday, pal.
Over at elementary.com. Sean Toe and Sean Calejo. Ryan Schlong, who has become a mainstay on the Wednesday night show. Catherine Hensler, who also just celebrated a birthday Friday night.
All right, wait. Whose birthdays happened when? When was Kate's birthday? Because I feel really terrible if I missed this.
Kate's birthday was Friday. I'm pretty sure Kathy Hummer's birthday was Friday. I think Ryan's birthday was Saturday.
All right.
Matt Garifo, no relationship to the KJG. Oh, Catherine Hensler, ondeckic.com. Maddie Mellinger, Christine Friesendorf, Mark Parloni.
Happy birthday, Mark.
Kenny Hawsey, Scott Drinkmore of the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast. Jay Kopp, the Big Copper Pump. Thomas Copps, the Mott Spock. Michael Hammond. David Henry Bauer III, his pal Antonio Hosserman makes experimental music at harvestmanrecords.bandcamp.com. Matthew Birch, the true Prince of Pro. The Bergman, the LeBron James of Mattel Elite Figure Collecting. Roll. Brendan Heaney. And last but certainly not least, Mr. William Mercier Jr.
Oh, lives are going to be in William Mercier's hands. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, Kevin. If you enjoyed the show and the guest tonight, next week, we have a couple of gentlemen from the new Texas Pro Wrestling joining us, the Sheriff.
Oh.
I don't know much about the Sheriff, but he'll be joining us next week. And then Mysterious Q, who, if you are familiar with the Houston wrestling area, Booker T School, he is a trainee from the Booker T School. He is their champion of the New Texas Pro Wrestling Federation, and they'll be joining us next week on the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast. So be sure to tune in for that here on rantiumradio.com and facebook.com/Wizards Podcast.
Very exciting.
All right, get that out of the way. Let's see.
Yep.
Hey, so Matt, I don't think we gave Tony a proper introduction here. Tony, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing great. Doing great. Things are looking up, good and up and all that good stuff, I guess.
Tony, I think you're right. I think I missed Brett Simonello.
What do you hear? What do you say?
Shame on me.
Now, is Mr. Simonello still tight with the Kirks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
I should have brought up that she was the longest reigning tomato of the week.
I thought we did.
Did I? But I don't know if she heard it.
Oh, I definitely heard you say tomato of the week.
Oh, I heard it for us. I don't know if she was in or not yet.
Oh, gotcha.
No biggies. No biggies.
Where do you want to go from here, gentlemen? Tony, we didn't talk a ton of wrestling before you joined the show. We did, but we didn't cover a specific promotion. Did you want to talk about the WWE? Did you want to talk about picks?
Yeah, let's do
picks. Let's go. Let's dive headfirst right into picks.
Oh shit! Is that for me?
Oh, the son of a gun! That one freaking match. God bless you, Tony. Listen, you deserve it, kid.
Kev, I can only aspire to be as great as you have this season with your 17 perfect shows.
That's true. It's very good.
Well, WrestleMania Backlash was last night. I'll be the first to say I saw zero of it. This was not by choice. Okay. I had every intention of watching at least Cesaro Roman Reigns this afternoon, but I just did not have time because, to be fair, there was wrestling that I wanted to watch. Look, the WWE product is not my favorite. I really don't enjoy a lot of stuff that they're doing, the storylines and stuff. But I heard the match was great. I heard the show overall was good. I just didn't have time to go back and watch the whole show today. I do still want to watch Cesaro Roman Reigns. I'm going to give you a hot take here, and I think you're going to be very surprised.
Oh.
I saw a clip of the zombie thing.
Don't tell me you liked it. Please, for the love of God.
I did not like it, but little Maddie Bowman would have probably been over the fucking moon about
No, stop it. Stop it. I think you're lying to yourself.
No. Matt makes a good point, and I bring this up because somebody where I was at tonight actually told me like it was silly, but his kids loved it. They loved it. So Matt's maybe not wrong. Maybe he's onto something.
No, I understand where the point comes from, but I understand. Like, yes, of course, when we were a kid, but like, why couldn't you have like this? You know what this reminded me of, and I just thought of this right now. Is
What?
fuck you, don't. is when Undertaker or Yokozuna tried to beat the Undertaker, and you actually had actual wrestlers come in to help him beat the Undertaker. And then put him in that casket. This was a par for Matt. Did you notice anyone in particular as a zombie? By the way,
I did not see.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
I just saw like 30-second clips of the zombies. So I didn't.
I'll tell you who I noticed. Past guest of the show, very good friend Joe Gacy was definitely one of the zombies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I there's nothing that could convince me to make this okay. I don't care. I'm not trying to be a douche old wrestling fan. I don't care. Nothing you can do would make me convince me that this was a good idea.
No, nobody's saying it's a good idea, but this is something that is going to stick with a young child's mind. This is going to be something that they remember.
This was just to promote Batista's movie, man.
Kevin, I understand, but we grew up in an era with a lot of fucking bad shit. All right. The White Castle of Fear, the Bulldog and Sting, Sid and Vader, the boat blows up the island.
All right. In that respect, you're
floating up into the heavens.
In that respect,
look, I'm not saying it was great. I'm just saying
it wasn't good. But I get your point, and you're right. But
I think as a kid, like I would have been like, this was awesome.
If it was any other match, maybe, but like Damian Priest and The Miz, who are at the top of and The Miz has been at the top of his game for a very long time, and Damian Priest is just trying to find himself, and then you throw this little Archer gimmick to the fucking moon with the Batista trailer on top, like just like this is what we talked about before, Matt. I don't know if this was on air or not, but it's just the commercialization of wrestling, which is what I don't want at all. It's like why I watch wrestling is to get away from, product placement and this and that, which I get it's been around for a while, but it just makes me so aggravated. And this was just brutal. Tony?
I forgot my thought.
I kind of just sprung your name in there at the end, by the way. So.
No, that's fine. I had a thought too, but I kind of lost it. Maybe I'll come back to it. But no, you're right. No, I think what threw me off was the product placement line. I mean, the only other time I could remember product placement was when Leslie Nielsen was looking for the Undertaker, and it was sponsored by Domino's, and the Undertaker was delivering pizza.
I mean, it happens. I mean, like like Matt mentioned, the White Castle. That's
Well, it wasn't White Castle. I mean, it was just.
No, it was, wasn't it?
No, that was not product.
White Castle had nothing to do with that.
Nope.
All right,
just the White Castle of Fear. But look, Survivor Series, karate fighters.
All right, there wasn't a karate fighters match. There was little vignettes on Superstars every freaking week.
I'm pretty sure there was a karate fighters tournament where the wrestlers wrestled with the karate fighters.
Yeah, there were little vignettes on Superstars.
Yeah, they were little like commercials. It wasn't like there was a match based around a bunch of guys dressed like.
It's still product placement.
Yeah, but it didn't protrude into the actual matches.
Okay, so Kev, that was my point. I mean, look at who was involved with this though. And I know we love the Miz, and Damian Priest is coming out, and it's a big thing for him to get the one up on the Miz and all that. But these are the guys that were involved with Bad Bunny. You know what I'm saying? Like if anything, But if anything goofy was going to happen, these would be the two assholes to stick it with. You know what I'm saying?
But did this coming? Like, did anyone see like a whole freaking lumberjacks of zombies? And for no reason, listen, all right, I was thinking to myself, I was like, all right, Damian Priest, Damian, hell, Satan, zombies might come out. It made no sense. It made no sense other than to promote Batista's movie.
Well, maybe they're trying to suck the proverbial Batista's dick to get him to appear again and maybe challenge somebody like Roman Reigns. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
And
don't know.
again, I'm kind of with Matt. I don't watch Raw or SmackDown for that matter on the regular. So maybe this was something that was built up. I don't know. But if it was, oofa-loofa.
Well, look, it's funny. Like this small sample size, right? Is like, you know what? I'm not wasting my time on the WWE. Like you hear about the atrocities of Monday Night Raw. Look, if you want to watch WWE, if you want to hate tweet, if that's what your life is about,
yeah,
good.
First of all, fuck those guys.
Look, if that's what you want to spend your free time doing, go nuts. I value my time.
That's right.
And I hope everybody out there listening does as well as you guys. I have zero interest in the WWE product. I was thinking about this in the shower last night.
Oh boy.
10 years ago, right? And I've said it countless times. Who would have thunk that we could do a 3-hour podcast and barely talk about the WWE? Right? When we started this podcast, I had to go back to watching Raw, and it was a fucking chore for me.
Yep.
I hated it.
Yep. And part of me actually is grateful that we do this show on a Monday night, so I don't have to watch Raw.
And Dave LaGreca from Busted Open has been on our show a couple times, and I get that he does the entertainment thing and he does Busted Open, but then I see him fucking rage tweeting and then fucking losing his mind with his LaGreca rants today. Dave's no spring chicken. Homeboy's he's gonna have a fucking aneurysm, bro, with these outrages that he's having. I'm worried about him.
Nah,
Wait.
He's a character.
But so Dave's only got a couple years on me. Does that mean I'm not a spring chicken anymore?
Tony, your egg is hatched very long ago.
Tony, you're not hate watching Monday Night Raw. You're not freaking out about it. You don't like it, you don't watch it. That's the beauty of it. There's so much wrestling out there.
I used to hate watch TNA, and I thought I was gonna have a stroke half the time.
But we TNA, man.
Yeah, TNA.
That's a great segment.
Kind of missed that.
So,
I was ready to do a MLW. It got close.
So as you heard from the theme music before, Tony went 6-0. He went straight across the board. Kevin only had one blemish on his record. He picked the Dirty Dogs to retain.
That's right.
I had to try. I'm way down. I'm fucking 14 games behind Kevin. 14.
Oh.
So I had to make a couple, I thought maybe they were going to pull the trigger on Charlotte Flair, because from what I hear on Busted Open when I drive to work, the whole 20 minutes, it seems like they don't have any fucking clue to do anything with Rhea Ripley. So I said, maybe they'll pull the trigger on Charlotte. And then I thought the Dirty Dogs would retain because I feel like they never defend their titles, but WWE was looking to make history with the first father-son tag team champions. So
yeah, I thought there was no doubt in my mind that that Mysterios would get it, but I just didn't think it would be this soon.
So I went 4-2. Kevin still has the lead, 68, 16, and 1.
That's right.
Tony, who went perfect, 6-0. He is 63, 21, and 1. I, as I mentioned, way behind, 54, 30, and 1. I have some ground to make up. Yes, I've had some stinkers.
Does New Japan have any pay-per-views coming up? You can pick up?
I think the next pay-per-view we are picking would be AEW's Double or Nothing.
Oh, what about NWA? That's coming up too.
That will be the week after.
Ooh, it's getting interesting.
Yes, and then
Lots of stuff can happen.
Yeah, June is chocolate. Ring of Honor's Best of the World. Huge announcement today. Ring of Honor will have fans in the building for the July 11th Best in the World pay-per-view happening in Baltimore. I have already assembled my squad. I am an Honor Club member. I will be buying tickets next Monday morning. I am fucking going to this show. I could not be more excited right now.
Good for you. Good for Ring of Honor.
I love Ring of Honor, my favorite hour of TV. But back to WWE WrestleMania Backlash. Kevin, you watched the show.
Sure did.
Tony, did you see any of it?
I only really watched the Mysterios match because I knew that was the one that I had different from Kevin. And when I saw Dominic hit the fucking frog splash, I was like, yes, perfect.
Kevin, you got some takeaways, some highlights, some lowlights? What'd you like? What'd you hate? Give us a little rundown of Backlash.
I mean, I was very happy that well, going in, I thought that the main event would be the triple threat WWE title match. And again, I don't watch Raw or SmackDown, so this is very bizarre for me to go in with expectations. But the fact that they went with Cesaro and Roman at the end, with the amount of time that they gave them, made me believe that this was going to be a banger, and it totally was. And listen, there wasn't a bad, other than the freaking zombie massacre of 2021. There's nothing that I really didn't like about this show. Little surprised about I'm confusing Impact. Never mind. But no, the match with Cesaro and Roman Reigns is exactly why they put it on last and exactly why they gave it that much time. A little confused, little surprised that they put them back to back, the title matches though. So that was great. Roman, the triple threat match is a triple threat match. You throw the champion out, two guys clash, and then of course the champion comes back in and retains. Nothing wrong with it. Formula, it works. You had Bianca Belair with a nice little Winsky over using the hair. That's going to get old soon, though, I think. But she beats Bailey. And yeah, I mean, again, a solid show.
I told you, they're going to get that Sherry Martel moment where somebody's going to cut that big fucking braid off and then she's going to be worthless. It's going to be like fucking Samson and Delilah.
No, I don't think she'll be worthless, but I totally get where you're going with that. And it's
not worthless as a competitor, but she's going to go to rely on it and it's not going to be there and it's going to cost her. That's going to
happen. You're right.
That's going to be her shortfall for, in the short term anyway.
Yeah, I agree. So again, I'd give it, if I had to grade it like we'd like to do on this show, I will say B, solid B ski.
All right, that's cool.
A hard B.
Except for the freaking commercials, though, and I can't get over that. It's just so brutal.
We might have to splurge to get like the premium or whatever the next level is, but I'm waiting until the system gets better. The system
and me and Matt talked about that before, and I think all it is going to be like $10, which is
it is. That's it. Come up to my levels, bro. I ain't got no commercial. I don't know what the fuck you guys were talking about the other morning.
Yeah, but I don't pay for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, that's the question, Tony. Like, do we are we so entitled that we get it for free because we're Xfinity subscribers, or do we want to bite the bullet and actually
I kind of like
pay what we were paying for anyway?
I kind of like, I like not having to pay for it. If I got to sit through some commercials.
Oh, you two cheap motherfuckers.
Fuck off.
Then don't complain about commercials.
Fuck you. I pay for the NWA Power, my $5. So they get my money this time around, not WWE. So
it's different, man. Wrestling's different.
Yes, it is.
Listen, I pay for it all.
I know you do.
I'm
very grateful that you do.
Picking motherfuckers. You love it. So if you're gonna complain about the commercials, either man up or shut up.
Ooh.
And here's the thing. No, Tony, he's not wrong.
No, absolutely.
But it's just like, is it worth it for me to man up for something that I don't really care that much to watch, other than the documentaries and the old pay-per-view? Listen, I've watched Royal Rumble 1989 for the last 6 nights. It's taken me a week to watch it.
Let me ask you a question. When you watch the old pay-per-view, are the commercials?
Yes.
After every match. As a matter of fact, I watched Great American Bash 95 again because I know we're covering it this month, and after every match, commercials.
Yeah. We're covering Fall Brawl 95.
That's right.
A Fall Brawl, whatever. That's what I meant.
Just make sure you watch the wrong fucking.
No, I watched the right one.
I'll talk about both of them.
Hysterical. But okay, so if it was just affecting the original, like the new products, and you're not watching that, fuck it. But if it's affecting, so every time you watch the Royal Rumble, Kevin, after every match is a commercial.
Yes.
Fuck that noise. There ain't none of that shit on my platform, son. I watched 8 Nitros back to back the other day,
and you're only paying $10 a month.
$9.99.
All right.
Yeah, but you see, Kev,
it's
I don't-
definitely worth it.
Yeah, but Kev, I don't think we'd have to pay that. I think we're at the $5 level, so we'd only have to kick 5 more. I'd have to check into that.
It's not about the money. It's just like, it's like I thought that this was coming to me. Like it's like the disappointment of having to pay more. It's just
Yep.
Again, it's not about the money. Like I paid $10 a month for the network, so I'll pay $10 for this. But it's just like, it's like the letdown. It's like, oh, I thought this is great.
It's the
I don't have to pay- I don't have to
principle.
pay anything anymore.
It's the principle of the thing. It's like fuck them and their commercials.
That's right.
Yeah, I see. I don't have to deal with no commercials.
Well, good for you, Rudy Poo. Can we move on to the next?
We
What do
can
got?
move on. It is being reported that there are a couple venues in talks for SummerSlam, one of them being Madison Square Garden.
Yes. That's right.
Would you be interested in attending a live WWE event?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would if it was at the fucking Meadowlands Arena.
Tony, the metal
It's
been
you know
closed
what,
for
the
like
weird-
6
you
years.
live the closest to the city.
Yeah.
I hate going to the city, dude. I haven't had to go into the city for almost 2 years. It's been the greatest 2 years of my life.
You are the only one that literally did this every day.
I know, and it's so great that I don't have to do it anymore. It's fucking wonderful.
Look, I guess nobody likes going to the city.
Oh, I miss New York so much. I miss it.
All right, well, somebody. I mean, you can still go; it's still there.
No, I'm aware, but it was business purposes.
I would go. I would go to SummerSlam if it was at the Garden. I would check it out.
Yo, I missed this note in the chat, by the way, on Facebook. The Bergman. Dominic used his biological father's finisher. That's such a great fucking line.
Oh, what a great catch.
Oh my God. Fucking bravo. Bravo to the Bergman.
I'm just here sitting like, oh, it's a great tribute. He did the frog splash. It's a great tribute. And then I was like, oh my God, that's his fucking dad. That's
Holy shit.
Great call.
All right, so WWE is coming up with a new docuseries created by John Cena. It's coming to Peacock.
We're not going to be able to see it.
It's called WWE Evil.
Is it starring Funaki?
It is described as an entertaining psychological expose into the minds of the most diabolical antagonists in WWE history
Journey with me into the mind of a maniac.
and their impact on mainstream culture.
All right, so let's dissect who is going to be involved in this, unless it's already been released, because I have no idea.
It has not been released yet, and there's no release date for it. This is a new docuseries that this is John Cena's brainchild, apparently.
Yo, I think we should
So
do a series on heels.
Yeah, so basically like the worst bad guys. Abdullah.
It's probably going to be Sergeant Slaughter when he turned on America.
That's a great one.
Yeah. Abdullah, I don't know where I got Abdullah from.
I like Piper.
What?
Really?
I don't know.
What about DiBiase?
All right. So the way that you said diabolical, so to me that it screamed like George Animal Steel, maybe like early George Animal Steel.
Look, I
would be.
I didn't write the fucking thing. Just reading what it says.
No, I'm thinking it's got to be people that like incited riots, like that kind of person, you know?
So that's why I kind of thought Abdullah, but who would who would be like in like a Puerto Rico territory?
Look, you guys are overthinking this. It's
You're very
John Cena creating a program for the WWE Network on fucking NBC.
It's gonna be Sergeant Slaughter, Ted DiBiase, IRS.
It's gonna be fucking Randy Orton at some point in his career. Maybe an Angry Edge.
Maybe Ric Flair.
So basically, what you're telling me is that we're looking at Repo Man, Skinner, Kenny Dykstra, and
so in other words,
the Spirit Squad.
So John Cena came up with A&E biography for all the heels instead of including baby faces. Bravo, John. Great idea.
You maybe throw Papa Shango in there.
Yeah. Yes, because they could do an hour on Papa Shango.
Quang.
Quang, the Boogeyman. They could blow.
I'd rather see an hour on the Boogeyman. He fucking coming out and shaking and shit. Get Michael J. Fox to play him.
God.
You can't Tony, it's 2021. No one can wear blackface.
Oh, I forgot that's the only hang up.
Well, technically, Boogeyman is red face and yellow and polka dots.
Then that's racist on 2 levels.
No, but I put the yellow polka dots in there too. And oh my god, it's so racist on all levels. Oh my god.
We have new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. That happened.
Yeah, the fucking dummies should have won at WrestleMania, you fucking idiots. Thanks, they ruined that pick for me too. Fucking dummies.
Well, you know.
And they didn't even win it at Backlash. They won it on fucking SmackDown.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck.
If you want to flip the hourglass of time, Impact did the same thing to me when they did another fucking tag team title change and they fucked my pickup from last month.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
When they had Fire and Flava beat fucking Rachel Ellering and Jordan Grace for the women's tag titles.
Yeah, that was shocking.
Under Siege.
Wait, they won the titles back?
Yeah, baby.
Under Siege.
What the fuck? This is why women's wrestling has no respect.
No, I like it.
Respect the women.
No, I like it.
No, it's oh my god. They're fucking
women fighting, and so
how many women's NXT champions have we had already? 3
Listen,
sets of them? 3 sets, right?
Yes, NXT Women's Tag Team Champions.
And
Yes,
how long have those titles been in existence? A month?
Maybe 2.
What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Like us, we're doing a podcast.
Yeah, I thought we were talking about
That's
Impact.
what I was looking for. Thank you. Okay.
We're all over the place here, Kevin.
Jesus. All right.
We're covering
let's move on.
all forms of professional wrestling. June 20th looks like it will be Hell in a Cell.
Oh, great.
On the WWE Peacock.
Wonderful. What grandiose feuds are going on right now that we need to put in Hell in a Cell?
All of them. It's a gimmick pay-per-view, so they will all be in the cell.
No, only 2 of them will. I bet you we're gonna get Rhea Ripley and Charlotte in the cell because they've got a fucking blood feud going.
Yep, I'd bet on that, and I'd bet on Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre in a cell.
That one makes sense.
Bet on both of them.
Zelina Vega apparently is working towards her return with the WWE. She was at the Performance Center filming.
Debbie, yeah. How's that union working out, Zelina? Did she Zelina on the door to get back into WWE?
Tony, I missed you.
He was only gone for like 45 minutes, Kevin.
That's a long time without Tony.
Holy shit. What are we talking about here?
We're nothing really. We're kind of all over the place here.
God.
Tony, Kevin, if you don't mind, I would like to
I'll mute.
No, you don't have to mute. You didn't watch NWA, right?
No, I did. Oh, Kevin didn't.
Nah, you motherfucker.
Fuck off. What?
What do you think about the end of that fucking Jax Dane Slice Boogie match?
It was fucking weird, right?
Yes, and I brought it up to Jax Dane, and
what did he say?
Response. He said, "It's not always about the wins and losses. Sometimes it's about your friends."
Him and Crimson are 2 big motherfuckers. You mean he couldn't finish off Slice Boogie and just fucking go help his friend? Like, yeah, I didn't. There was a lot this week. Like this whole Camille thing where she's like, "Oh, you can't wrestle anywhere else if I beat you." What?
I'll tell you what I hated about that.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare speak that way about Camille. Don't you dare!
I hate this Thunder Rosa Mean Girls thing with Melina. I fucking hate it. It's dumb.
Yep, 100%.
What's
going on with women's wrestling, dude?
Dude, the whole promo was fucking dog shit, man.
Yeah, for some reason, they are not working on the mic. Camille's not so great at talking, and Rose is only a little bit better.
Look, Thunder Rosa comes out firing. She wants to talk about Mildred Burke and all this other bullshit, whatever. Great. But then she's doing like the fucking like the pantomime and shit. Like, I'm like, stop with the Mean Girl shit with Melina. And no one's explained to me why she's with Melina. Why is she with Melina? Did I miss something? Was it on like one of those weird in between NWA Surge or whatever the fuck the weird shows are that are?
taking up valuable time. No, I get
I
it.
did not enjoy it. The stipulation is whatever.
Yeah.
I don't. The stipulation is if Thunder Rosa loses, she can't wrestle anywhere else, which essentially takes her off of AEW TV. But then what do you do with her? What is she stuck in limbo? Like Serena Deeb's coming back on Dynamite this week, so that means she's healthy. So hopefully she shows up on NWA to defend the title. Is Camille ready to be the NWA Women's Champion? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But then what do? Do you put the belt back on Rosa? Like,
I don't see why you don't leave it on Serena Deeb.
Because Serena Deeb is contracted to AEW now, no?
Well, it seems like there's some kind of weird working relationship, no?
No, there is, but it's like, why would you not want to have your champion back in house? You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Impact now. Their champion is what, barely on their show? Is he even on Impact? I don't know.
On every week, he does something every week on there.
All right, well, as long as he's there, but I mean, NWA haven't seen Serena Deeb since she won the title, right?
Yeah, but she's also hurt. She's been hurt for the last couple months, and NWA wasn't doing TV.
I get it, but I would hope they would bring her back, now that she's okay. I mean, at least for the pay-per-view, no? Get her back in the next round of tapings. You got to bring her back.
She'll be there. I'm sure she'll be there for the next round of tapings.
She's a hell of a talent too. I don't disagree with keeping the belt on her and letting Camille simmer that's probably what they're doing. They're probably just going to have this simmer with Thunder Rosa for a while to get Camille ready for it.
Alrighty.
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
Look, I'm all for it.
Nick Aldis, he was afraid of this battle royal. This shit didn't sit right with him. What'd you think of this?
Oh.
What did I think? I get it. He didn't know about the battle royal. He was upset because he had to hear it from Joe Galley and May Valentine. Then
Okay.
he belittles fucking Joe Galley.
Well, let me just tell the people. So the gimmick is in 3 weeks' time, or 3 weeks. Wait, 3 weeks from this week, it's coming up.
This week.
So there's going to be a battle royal, and no current champions are allowed in it, and the winner gets a shot at whatever Death May Come or whatever the fucking pay-per-view is called at the World's Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, at Nick Aldis. So they were supposed to have a main event last week of Latimer and Adonis against Stevens and Kratos for the tag titles, but Aldis, thinking that his boys were going to win, pulled them out of that match so they could be in the battle royal to pretty much guarantee that Strictly Business would win the battle royal because Nick Aldis doesn't like this.
Yeah, but Adonis can't be in the battle royal because he's the national champion,
which they did not mention, which is weird, right?
It was weird
but Latimer can be.
Yes, but it was weird how the show ended with them like hyping that there's going to be a tag match and everyone left the building and then the show just ended.
Here's the other thing, right? So they mentioned the tag title match is off, and then the very next cut is that the fucking title match is coming tonight. That's some Bush League shit right there. NWA was sour this week, dude. What'd you think of the Pope and fucking and your boy Austin Idol?
Cannot. The TV on the sun porch is a hand-me-down, and I almost threw it off the fucking sun porch. Correct me if I'm wrong here, okay? Nobody ever paid a fucking $1 to see Austin Idol. Ever.
No, that's not true. Austin Idol was a big name in the 80s. As a matter of fact, when people talk about who could have taken the place of Hulk Hogan at the birth of Hulkamania, some people actually bring up Austin Idol have been able to step into that role.
But wait.
People kiss their sisters and they're on fucking drugs.
Well, weren't we, if my memory serves me correctly, weren't we all like applauding and lauding over the vignettes of Austin Idol? That was him, right? Austin Idol had like those commercials during NWA.
He had some of them, but I think mostly it was for his school. No.
Yeah, it's for a school. He's not doing what's his nuts, waffles, and tire irons.
Yeah, he wasn't doing waffles and tire irons and all those other ones.
No, he's doing Austin Idol's Universal Wrestling School for Jabroni.
Which in that gimmick, he's great. He's perfect for that role. The voice for Tyrus, and Tyrus has been cutting great promos.
Okay.
I can't fucking stand Austin Idol. I hope the Pope punches him in his fucking dome.
Well, the good things is Slice Boogie got another win. So I mean, he needs some fucking better tights, by the way. Your boy Matt Cross got the TV title shot coming up.
You beat the Mims.
That's right. Yo, Mims is looking good too. Mims has got some fucking potential right there. I'm liking the Mims. No, yes, maybe.
No, I just saw some terrible news.
Don Kernoodle?
Don Kernoodle, yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh yeah.
Don Kernoodle, well known for being part of Sergeant Slaughter's boot camp squad. I think it was what it was called.
Yeah.
And NWA tag title match. They were the champs. Steamboat and Youngblood. They had a hell of a feud with those guys. Don Kernoodle.
Yeah. Sorry, Don Kernoodle.
How old was he?
71.
God damn.
They say early reports are it was self-inflicted.
Oh, really?
That's even
Oh,
worse.
that's fucking rough. Shit.
Brutal.
So that was the NWA. Right? Is there anything else from the NWA we need to talk about?
No, that's it.
Kevin, what do we have to take away from Impact Under Siege?
Oh, well, you got to take away that you have a number one contender for Kenny Omega at the next Impact Wrestling pay-per-view, and that would be one Moose. Moose won that 6-way match or 5-way match with Cardona, Trey Miguel, Chris Sabin, yada, yada, yada. And he won, so he will be Sami Callihan is in there as well. So you have Moose. But it's weird though. The sub story here to me is that the Good Brothers came out and actually attacked Sami Callihan. So to me, they feel like Sami Callihan is a bigger threat than Moose.
Right.
So you might be looking at a bigger time pay-per-view of a Sami Callihan, Kenny Omega story. But I think Moose is a megastar. No matter how you slice it, Moose is a superstar. So he won that. The 6-man tag team match. Actually surprising, Good Brothers and Kenny Omega lost to Eddie Edwards and Finjuice. So that was kind of unexpected. Eddie Edwards getting the pin over, I think he pinned Carl Anderson. And so there's so many different ways that they can go with this. But that's a conversation for another day. And then you had new women's tag team champions, Knockouts tag team champions, Fire and Flava, which if we were picking this pay-per-view, this would be the one that I would have gotten wrong.
Wow.
Because I don't hate it, but I think I always think there's a time where you can flip-flop titles back and forth if it's between the same two teams and anyone could beat anyone. Tony, do you kind of agree with that at all or no?
No, I do. I didn't like it here. It's weird when they just, I don't know.
I got you. Listen, it's not ideal, but I feel like there's everyone with the flip-flopping and the titles and all that stuff I think it's kind of overstated. I think if it's the same two teams that are fighting over the same prize, it's kind of like, it's like a 4-game series in the playoffs. It's like, listen, Booker T and fucking Chris Benoit did it. It can happen.
But the title didn't flip flop during the
match.
Right?
It's the point is the same. It's like anyone could beat anyone, and if there's a title on the line for it, then that's to me that I feel like that's okay. It's not like they're losing to like Eugene and William Regal, and then they're beating Trevor Murdoch and Lance Cade, and
how long were Fire and Flava working together before the tournament? Do you know?
Oh, probably about a year.
Okay, and how about Ellering and Jordan?
Oh, Ellering was the replacement after Jazz retired.
Okay, so but this team has hardly existed, and yet they beat this established team, and then they lost it back. That's the weird thing about it,
Well, I think Ellering and Jordan Grace winning was just like the shock factor of Ellering being the partner, and then them doing it and making it a pay-per-view air quotes moment.
You know what? That kind of makes more sense because she was a surprise. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
The more we talk about it, the more I'm okay with it. I don't like it overall, but I'm kind of okay with it seeing it that way.
You also had my dear good friend Brian Myers in the opening match defeat Horus Hogan, or Black Horus Hogan. I'm sorry, and he won a match. So that was great. Listen, say what you want about me and my markdom for him. Brian Myers is a really good wrestler. Like, he's like a really good wrestler. He gets it, and no one listening to this thinks that I know more than him, but dude, he's just good. So that was a great match. Brian Myers is on the upward path. I feel like he will at some point get a TNA world title, Impact Wrestling world title shot. William Morrissey defeated Willie Mack. And listen, I'm a big William Morrissey guy now too. And I like Willie Mack, and Richard Swann came out afterwards, hit a chair, did a little Enzo shuffle. So a great show, great overall showing for this entire brand. I don't want to leave anyone out. Deanna Purrazzo beat Havoc, retained the title. So again, great show.
And we saw new number one tag team contenders. It looks like Ace Austin and Madman Fulton.
Yes.
The number one tag team contenders to Finn Juice. Moose will be challenging.
And that'll be on the next episode of Impact. They'll be facing
this Thursday night.
Correct.
Moose will be challenging Kenny Omega at the June 12th Impact Plus special Against All Odds. So, Kevin, your theory that the Sami Callihan story is bigger may be Sami Callihan, Kenny Omega as Slammiversary.
Got it. You know what? You're right. And it's such a shame because Moose, and that's my birthday, June 12th. So that's actually kind of wild. So both Moose and Sammy deserve it. God, it's wild.
Who's got the balls to pick Moose?
That's not a pay-per-view match, so we don't have to.
Is Moose beating Kenny Omega? I'd fucking love to see it.
That's not a pay-per-view match, so we don't have to pick that.
Moose wreck his fucking dumbass.
Moose.
Kevin,
how was ELP Josh Alexander?
Dude, I'm glad that you brought that up because ELP and Josh Alexander both had there's no coincidence that ELP has the best matches whenever he comes in. And I'm not a big ELP guy. You know him more than I do. But Josh Alexander is just a hoss, man. He is just a hoss. And this match was, God, was it the match of the night? Probably was the match of the night. Probably was. So yeah, Alexander, and a big win for Alexander, big win for Impact over quote unquote outsider from New Japan. So yeah, great stuff. Great stuff.
What else do we have here? AEW put on
a whole lot.
A huge show on Wednesday night. I know, Tony, you're not watching AEW, right?
Yeah, but Orange Cassidy died?
Orange Cassidy did not die?
No, he's still alive.
Almost died.
A lot of people almost died, I feel like this.
No, he wrestled Pac and he got fucked up, didn't he?
Like legit or shoot?
No, he was fucked up and he fucking took a clothesline and took a power bomb and it kind of fucked up the match.
Isn't
he wrestled Pac for the number one contendership, right?
Right.
Yeah. And it ended in some sort of fucking double stoppage or some shit.
Well, Don Callis came out and said, let's go, Pac, hurry it up, finish it up, making a distraction. Kenny Omega slid in the ring, hit Pac with the belt. Then there was a double. They were both down to the count of 10.
Yeah, because Orange Cassidy got fucked up on the power bomb, or maybe the shot before it.
Yeah,
that's what I was hearing. I only watched the footage of that clip because I heard that Orange Cassidy was knocked out or knocked loopy or something like that.
Yeah, I think they called an audible.
Oh, I didn't. I'd have to go back and watch. I watched the show today. I just didn't notice it.
No, and I believe me, I didn't watch it, but somebody had brought up that he was possibly here because I also read that Ricky Starks got hurt a couple weeks ago during his match with Adam Page, and he was suffering a broken neck.
Fractured his neck.
Yeah,
that's
that
fucking
sucks.
Crazy Town, USA.
Here's one thing I did watch this week before you get into it. Did you get a chance to watch Being the Elite today?
I have not watched Being the Elite in weeks because
that's not where I thought you were going to go.
Good Brother stuff really turned me off.
No. But the reason why I watched it, it came up in my feed and it opened with Christopher Daniels. Apparently Daniels and Kazarian lost the tag title match, so they're done as a team.
That's right.
Great match too.
Great promo in the back that Christopher Daniels cut. and I forget the phrase he used, but he quoted Dusty Rhodes, and he said, something along the lines like maybe he's going to hang it up. I forget it. But he had a great phrasing for it though. He broke down crying, and he's like, I don't want to give this up yet. I'm not done yet. Powerful stuff. Here's the big problem I had with it. And this isn't picking nits. This is like somebody should have known better. When you have a promo like that, that should be ending your that should be ending your show, especially when during the show, all you're doing is having the heel tag team talk about how they're going to split up SCU when they defeat them.
Yeah, I disagree, Tony.
Wait, Kate actually had it. Laying this old body down. It was a quote, and I believe it was probably a Johnny Cash quote if I remember correctly, but he credited Dusty Rhodes cutting a promo with it. Kev, your thoughts?
There's something to be said for just going off into the sunset for it. Like, and I noticed that they didn't. There's a reason why they. I mean, maybe this may have been tomfoolery on their end, but there's a reason why they didn't pause and show the hug between Kazarian and Daniels. It's like, all right, they're done now. It's it. Let them go. And that's what we always say about wrestling. The older guys just move on out, just into the sunset, for a lack of a better term. I understand the respect value about having that moment on TV. I get it, but I don't think it was warranted here because let's be honest, since they won the tag team titles, what were SCU doing since, other than that initial tag team championship run?
But I'm not talking about that, Kev. I think you're
okay.
What I'm saying. This is from Being the Elite. At the beginning of Being the Elite, they showed Daniels cutting this passionate promo in the back that, like maybe it's time. And then he breaks down. He sits on the floor and he starts crying. He's like, I don't want to give this up yet. I'm not ready to give this up.
But
And
you're
then
saying that should have been on TV, is what you're saying?
No. I'm saying they should have ended Being the Elite with that.
Oh, okay. Done.
Instead of putting that at the beginning and then having like all the shit talking, like you guys are going to be retired because we're fucking beating you and all this and that and whatever. Man,
Was that promo like post match?
yeah, because he was getting his stitches in his eye, and they said, "Okay, you're good to go." And I would have put it at the end. I think it would have been a much more powerful way to end the episode for the week.
Yeah, no,
Instead
I don't
the end-
disagree.
At the end, listen, we got a non-dick moment with the Good Brothers and the Young Bucks, which was fine. It wasn't like over the top garbage or anything like it's been the past couple of weeks. I probably just would have put Christopher Daniels at the end to give him that moment, like he's not sure what to do, cut it, and that's it. Maybe you find out some more on Wednesday,
Yeah, I don't watch Being the Elite because I can't stand the Good Brothers and their dick jokes.
Fair enough. There were no dick jokes this week.
I think once they get back out on the road, like they start traveling, I think, because I feel like Being the Elite's kind of stale right now.
What do you think of the word that Don Callis is probably going to move over to AEW and just be Kenny Omega's manager and not be involved in Impact anymore? Do you hear those rumors going around?
I haven't heard those rumors.
I think Meltzer even talked about it today, so it's on good authority.
Yeah, I don't really know. I think Scott D'Amore and his crew have a pretty good handle on things over there. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know how involved Don Callis is behind the scenes. I don't know what strings he's pulling.
Aren't him and Scott D'Amore one and the same in their positions?
Maybe, but maybe if he's going to be doing all this stuff, Scott D'Amore says, I can take D'Lo Brown and we can do this, you could go do whatever the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
All right. That's fair.
So I had a busy week at work, so I did not get to watch a lot of wrestling, but I saw people were like up in arms over this Cody Rhodes promo. Did you guys see this promo?
Nope. Not.
I watch wrestling to like punch out of everyday bullshit, right? I thought this was a fucking great promo. I don't understand why wrestling fans are watching wrestling.
Oh, give us some context. What was the...
So he came out, he cut a promo. He said, it's not fashionable to be patriotic. He has always been proud to be an American.
Oh, I did. Okay. I did see this. Yes. Sorry, go ahead.
Said that Atlanta was segregated before 1961, but in 2021, his wife will give birth to a daughter with a multiracial background in the same city. He, without naming them, mentions Bruno Sammartino and Shad Khan by mentioning the states that they're from, their towns, and that 2 immigrants made their mark on the country in the United States. He says that for one night only, he's going to use the nickname the American Dream for his match against Anthony Ogogo. I thought it was a great promo.
It's great. I agree.
I really don't like. I know people hate Cody.
Do they?
People fucking loathe Cody, dude. They fucking hate him.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't think Nick Aldis has a kind word to say about him either.
That's fine if you're a wrestler, but why do people hate someone who brought them the most realistic alternative to professional wrestling that we've ever seen?
I don't know. People think that because he uses his last name to get where he. I really don't know. I have no idea.
And then for 5 years, he didn't even use his last name. So what are they fucking bitching about?
I don't know. I didn't see a problem with the promo. I thought it was real. He got super emotional when he talked about his wife having a baby. I think that's a real emotion. Like,
he's good at that.
Yeah, he cuts a fucking great. I just don't like. It was good. I'm pumped for fucking Cody Rhodes, Anthony Ogogo at Double or Nothing.
Dude, I'm a big Ogogo guy. Ogogo guy.
Go.
Listen. I think the guy has got star freaking. Again, my opinion means absolutely jack shit, but I think he's a freaking stud.
Matt, have you done the DDP workout where Anthony Ogogo was training for his boxing comeback, and that's all DDP was talking about? Going, let's go, Ogogo.
No, I haven't. What is that? What is that specific workout called?
It's one of the more difficult ones. It's like one of the extreme ones. I think it's living. It might be living in the red zone. I'm not sure. I forget which.
I think it's called the Go Big or Go Home.
But Anthony Ogogo has been in a few of the workouts too. He's in one of the more recent ones, one of the jacked ones, back in studio.
It looks we have a new TNT champion.
Yes.
Yeah, Miro.
Finally.
It looks like the Double or Nothing card is coming together nicely. Looks like the championship will be a 3-way dance between Kenny Omega, Orange Cassidy, Pac, Sheeta against Britt Baker, Cody Rhodes, Anthony Ogogo, Hangman Page challenge Brian Cage, and the Casino Battle Royal for the AEW title shot.
Oh,
all right.
Plus,
boys, let me ask you this real quick, Matt, you specifically, and then Tony as well. Does this triple threat title match, I know we talked about it earlier, does it seem a little bit like out of nowhere to you?
Yep.
Does it seem out of nowhere?
Like there was like one promo where like he's talking to Shivani, and all of a sudden now we're getting like Pac and Orange Cassidy against.
Well, I think this is where people could make an argument for the rankings.
Ooh, can we do a rankings rap?
I will not be doing a rankings rap. Look,
I'll rap right now.
Do it, Kev. Give Kev the top 5. Hurry up. Let's do this.
Yo, here we go. The rankings are foolish. I'm just kidding. I'm kind of drooling over them because I respect them. No, that's a fallacy. I'm just impaled. Oh, that was terrible. That lasted like 4 seconds.
And you were in Elevation?
Elevate. That was a boy band. Hi, Let me try it again. Yo, Orange Cassidy. He's a has-been. Come on, Tony. Didn't you do it then?
Orange Cassidy. He is great. He's wrestling with Pac. He better not be late. Yeah.
All right, so you're doing nursery rhyme rap.
No, I'm doing Wednesday night rap, bro. It's the hottest thing on the internet.
Yo. Matt's got his hands on his eyes. He doesn't even know. Yo, I'm pricking Anthony Ogogo or Aldo Ogogo. Not Cody Rhodes. Yo.
Best man, Miro. He's the best. He's got this belt on his chest.
Yo.
Kenny Omega eats his smegma.
Yo. I'm like JTG with these rhymes. Yo.
What was your question? Oh, it came out of left field. Triple threat match.
What the hell were we talking about?
Talking about Pac, Kenny Omega, Orange Cassidy. The crowd's gonna look. They're going to Vegas. It's gonna be in front of a live crowd. It's gonna be hot, and I think it's you know.
Wait. Kenny Omega and Orange Cassidy should make a tag team. Not Kenny Omega. Pac and oh fuck it. Never mind.
Are we still rapping?
I'm too giddy.
Yo. Tony don't even know what he's saying. Kenny Omega going to Vegas.
No, playing. Come on.
Vegas, you don't have to necessarily rhyme the last word of the song to make it rhyme.
No.
You can just do what you
You
want.
don't have to rhyme the words to make it rhyme.
Oh no, that's a long. That's you're living in the past, Tony.
Holy shit.
Wow.
What about before we go to predictions? I feel like Dr. Britt Baker's got to win. No.
Dr. Britt Baker, she's the best. She's gonna beat Sheeta like the rest. Women, yeah.
Yo.
It looks like we're getting Spring Stampede 2. No, wait, a Stadium Stampede, you fool. Pinnacle Inner Circle in the house. MJF is gonna bust Jericho like Mickey Mouse.
That's the best one that we had so far. Wow. It's the best one. There's no competing. There's no
rhyme for shit. The show is long. Why don't you suck my dong?
What about Richard Schlong, whatever his name is?
Kasey Catal, Jax Dane, guest tonight. That's the game. We still got to talk about Ring of Honor. Fuck this shit.
This is why we
Jeffrey
can't do
Dahmer.
This is why we don't do it. But you already knew it.
All right. So are we excited for a Stadium Stampede Part 2?
Yes, sir.
T-Donk?
Yeah, whatever.
All right.
T-Donk is already checked out.
John Moxley showed up at the end of the GCW draft day and he confronted Nick Gage. So that's kind of big news.
Wonderful.
I want to talk a little bit about Ring of Honor.
Let's do it, baby.
They are bringing back the Ring of Honor Survival of the Fittest tournament.
Ooh.
So that is fun. The tournament will feature a series of qualifying matches with the winners of those bouts advancing to a multi-man elimination match to decide the tournament winner. The winner gets a future world title shot. I hate what they're doing with Rush and company because they have suspended
Roosh.
No, it's Rush because this guy's doing a job. They have storyline suspended him for what they did to Amy Rose. So right now, our Ring of Honor World Champion is not being featured on TV. There's no storyline for him. On the most recent episode of Ring of Honor TV, again, the best hour of wrestling, in my opinion. They did a battle royal where the final two entrants would have a match, and that winner would get to choose what title he gets to go after, whether it be the pure title or the TV title. Those winners were LSG and Joe Keys.
Ooh.
Joe Keys.
If you are not watching Ring of Honor, please seek this out, if only for one thing. Danhausen gets thrown out of the ring. Then he puts on an El Generico mask and jumps back in the ring and is immediately eliminated, which is hysterical. And the fucking PCO malfunctioning thing is hysterical.
I didn't even understand. I was in the ring and they threw me out, so I put the mask on and came back in. They threw me right back out again.
Yes.
I don't understand.
Hausen was thrown out. PCO, we're down to the final four. It's LSG, it's Joe Keys, it's PCO. Fuck, who's
I'm Genericohausen.
I forget who the fourth guy was. Holy shit, I just watched this afternoon.
I was in the ring and they threw me out.
It was Hulk Hogan.
No, it was Sledge.
We're coming for you.
And they're all standing around, and then PCO starts holding his face and screaming, and then he just runs and dives through the second and third rope and just hits the floor because he's malfunctioning. It's the funniest thing ever.
Former Ring of Honor World Champion, PCO.
Shane Taylor Promotions defended their 6-man titles against Primal Fear. Fucking awesome match. Shane Taylor should have been the world champion, and
Yep.
SOS is a fucking sick tag team. The Soldiers of Savagery.
Right.
Yep.
Our boy Josh Woods finally got a showdown with Tony's favorite old man Silas Young.
Fuck yeah.
It was a fucking awesome match, and I think Kevin referenced it before. I would not be upset if they did like a best of 7 series with these two. Silas won because he cheated
That cheating fuck.
and he got the best of Josh Woods, but I don't think this story is over. This was a great fucking match. Man, what a fucking great hour of TV. I love Ring of Honor TV. I'm super pumped for this Best in the World show. I will be there. I will be as close to possible rocking my Shining Wizards gear.
Is Quinn McKay wrestling?
At the Best in the World? Yeah. I hope so.
Well, I hope so too.
She was not on TV this week. She was recovering from her injuries from the match from Angelina Love.
She's a Angelina Love hurt her?
Yeah, Angelina Love beat her. Her and Mandy Leone used the one woman advantage to take advantage of her and beat her up.
Those pigs.
Them bitches.
Slobs.
That'll get you.
Jerks.
New Japan will be returning to running shows starting on May 22nd.
That was quick.
It's been a couple weeks now.
I thought they were under a state of emergency again.
Well, isn't it in a different, I guess, province or city, for lack of a better word?
If I hear Japan, it's all just one big thing, country.
I mean, I don't know. That could have been totally
No,
wrong.
you're
when I
probably
said
right.
that.
I'm just being a dick.
2 scheduled Dome events in Yokohama and Tokyo have been delayed due to the state of emergency being extended in Japan to the end of the month.
Did you guys ever play State of Emergency on Xbox?
No.
Very relevant question.
A state of emergency.
No.
Tony, you watched the old A&E biography on old fucking Cyclops. How was that?
Actually, pretty interesting. I had no idea that Shawn Michaels was a military brat. Did you?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I feel like I knew that.
I learned something new, and
That was very
What-
loud.
here's the sad thing, right? The one takeaway that I had is that when you're filming somebody missing a tooth, you may want to angle your camera better. Marty Jannetty's missing that one fucking tooth over here. It was throwing me off the whole time. Every time he was on camera, I was like, this fucker's missing. a
Wait,
tooth.
did they interview current day Jannetty?
Yes.
Oh boy, I gotta
Yep.
watch that.
Oh yeah. You know what? Despite what Matt says about Shawn Michaels being a jerk off and he was an asshole and this and that, I genuinely think that he turned his life around. Like, I don't think it's a facade.
I think he's a good guy.
They interviewed his preacher and everything, like the guy that, like his coach and all this and
Get
that.
out of here. No one gives a shit. Your coach. Why don't they interview Bubba the Lump Sponge? Fucking
Dude, even
That was a hit. That was a hit piece. That was brutal.
even Bret Hart was like, okay with Shawn at this point.
Bret Hart doesn't know what he's talking about. It. Half his brains are mashed potatoes. He looks like my grandmother. All right. Shawn Michaels is a piece of shit. Don't you dare break my heart, Bret Hart, you son of a bitch.
Didn't Bret Hart just apologize to like Ric Flair for calling him out or something like that? Aren't they like mending fences? Bret Hart and Ric Flair?
Yeah, maybe.
Because I thought that Ric Flair called Bret bitter or something like that recently, and then Bret Hart responded by saying, "I'm sorry for whatever I could be." Yeah, I thought
Well, Bret also did say that if you've seen one Ric Flair match, you've seen them all. But in the meantime, Bret Hart's
It's not an insult. When you're the best ever, that's not an insult.
Look, I get it, but it's coming from Bret Hart, who'd use the 5 moves of doom in every fucking match. So it's like you've seen one Bret Hart match, you've kind of seen them all too,
No, 100%. And I'm saying that when you're calling Ric Flair, who I consider arguably one of the best ever, if you've seen one Ric Flair match or see them all, that's okay when it's the best ever. Like that's Ric Flair, bro.
They talked a lot about Shawn's drug problems, his problems with partying with Marty Jannetty, and
I gotta watch this.
It's a good watch. I enjoyed this one.
I'm gonna watch it as soon as we get out of here.
I'll get into the Sergeant Slaughter finding treasures or whatever in a second, but Matt, I sent it to you guys actually. You had a chance to read Lanny Poffo's response to the Macho Man. What's your takeaway from it?
I mean, Lanny's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Look, if anyone knows the Macho Man, it's going to be Lanny, right?
Yeah, and he also didn't take a liking to like Bubba the Love Sponge or Hogan's comments either.
I mean, nobody took a lot. Why was Bubba the Love Sponge even fucking part of it?
I know. We discussed that already, but I think like Lanny did make some pertinent points. Like he's like, they made it sound like Lex Luger and Macho Man never got along. He's like Macho Man really felt bad that Lex had to go through all that shit with Liz, you know, and they were best buddies and they used to go work out together and stuff. And like Lanny actually tied up a lot of like the shit that they would try to put together in that documentary.
Right. And then there's a link to a documentary that he says it tells a better story.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was, yeah, I can't.
And another thing, like even when Lanny was on with us, he talked about all the charity work that Macho Man was involved in, like tons of stuff.
Yeah.
Not even like Make-A-Wish, but like raising money for hospitals and things like that. Look, I'm not saying Macho Man was a saint. I didn't know him personally, but the fucking guy like put in the work to try to make the world a better place.
You could have taken out all the fucking Bubba the Lumps.
Well, here's the thing.
Gorgeous George, the fucking Miss Elizabeth bullshit of her dying.
Yeah, I don't know why they even put that in there.
And you could have put in the stuff he did with the Special Olympics. Every Easter, everyone posts the same fucking Macho Man picture of him with the Easter Bunny. That's from like a fucking charity thing. In the WWF magazines, he was always in playing softball with the fucking troops, doing this with somebody else. Every back of every WWF magazine. It was a dog shit, poor excuse for a fucking A&E biography. And WWE should be fucking disgraced. They should put out a fucking apology because it was a hunk of hot garbage dog shit.
Next week, Ultimate Warrior.
Not gonna get an argument out of me on that. It just feels like, God, and like I can't even follow that, Matt.
No,
So
100%. Matt nailed the hit.
I had a point and I can't even follow it because that was perfect.
And guess what? They already did their fucking hit piece on the Warrior, so this is going to be all fucking sunshines and rainbows, and he's a beacon of light, and you should strive to be the fucking Ultimate Warrior, the fucking steroid raging dickbag that fucking held up Vince McMahon, and he's too fucking good to wrestle anybody else. He won't do the job, you fucking garbage piece of shit.
No. Do you think that it was kind of more of like out of mind? Like out of sight, out of mind sort of thing with the Savage one? Like, all right, he's not here to defend himself, so let's do this. Again, and I know for a fact that these aren't produced by WWE. These are A&E things, and each one has an individual producer. But again, Matt, I don't even want to even go on because Matt absolutely nailed it.
Did you guys watch Dark Side for the Nick Gage?
I did not. I just actually watched the Pillman one, which was incredible.
It was good. I don't think there's anything there that's really what's the word I'm looking for?
Groundbreaking.
If you don't know who Nick Gage is, if you're the casual wrestling fan who is watching Dark Side of the Ring because you know some of the stories and some things in, like maybe you'll be intrigued, but for someone who knows like the Nick Gage story, it wasn't anything like groundbreaking.
Yeah, but I think the whole purpose of the Nick Gage thing was like, look at the sick shit this motherfucker does. It was more like that shock and awe kind of episode.
Yeah, and I haven't watched it, so I can't comment on it. But I was actually shocked that they chose this one because, like, and I said like a couple of weeks ago, like, who outside of like the Northeast, and again, maybe I'm not trying to discredit Nick Gage, but who else outside of the Northeast in this entire country knows his story? Like
a lot.
I know, and you mentioned that, Matt, and to me, it's just like.
Well, the other Kev, to follow that, the other question is: does Nick Gage's story need to be told?
I think John Moxley hit it on the head. Nick Gage has something that you can't buy and you can't produce and you can't make. He has a connection with the fans.
Yeah, I get he might.
No, Kevin, there's no he might.
No, he does. He definitely does.
And it is,
but it's just like okay.
Worldwide?
World fucking wide, bro.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
I'm in Kevin's boat though. I don't think Nick Gage was a topic for a biography at this point in his career anyway.
His story is look. It's a story of redemption. It's a story of being a fuck up, an addict, going to the lowest of lows, and then deciding they show footage of him before he robbed the bank. He was a fucking slob.
Oh, listen,
Then
I'm
he,
not.
then he goes to jail. He's getting fucking fan mail. He decides he's gonna put him. Bro, he looks like a completely different person. Yes, he's relapsed, but he's a fucking cult like icon, dude.
Listen, I'm not gonna discount anything you said, and this is absolutely no disrespect to Nick Gage because I'm sure our paths will cross at some point soon. But I just never knew about it until he got arrested. Like I didn't know about Nick Gage until he got arrested, and like
But you weren't watching CZW either because it was no offense to anyone at CZW at the time. It was deathmatch wrestling garbage trying to be ECW.
yeah, that's fair. So, but like, I didn't realize that this would be such an enthralling story. Like every other, like, listen, every other person that ever was on a dark side was someone that had international, fame. I never knew that Nick Gage had that.
Apparently he's huge. Homeboy robbed a bank and he went and did time for it. Like,
well, that's how I discovered Nick Gage.
Right, and he became a huge fucking wrestler, and he really took off with the fucking David Arquette thing, and they cover that in the.
Oh, that's right. That's true too. You're right.
It was good. It's not, there's nothing breaking there. There's some dark shit there. Like his brother was Justice Payne, and he fucking jumped off the Walt Whitman Bridge at the beginning of 2020. So that's kind of dark.
All right. Yeah, that's wild. And again, I'm not disrespecting the Gage because now that I know who he is, I have all the respect in the world for him. But I didn't really. And a lot of the stuff I'm probably gonna learn a lot by watching this.
And I think this week is Collision in Korea.
I can't wait.
I'm excited for that one. Before we pull this train into the station, let's, we talked about it a bit with Kasey. Unfortunately, Kevin texted us Friday afternoon with the unfortunate news. New Jack, Jerome Young, ECW original, passed away at the age of 58 due to a heart attack. And, they did a Dark Side of the Ring of him last year. He's a very controversial figure in the world of professional wrestling. But I think everybody who worked with him and knew him had nothing but nice things to say about him.
I'm sure Chad Austin didn't.
I mean, look, what are you going to do, man? I didn't know him personally. I shared my stories about him earlier, my 3 instances with him. He was super intimidating, but never like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. In 2021, he looks like a bad guy, but I think people need to realize, like, in the late 90s, the wrestling business was probably full of racism and
probably still is.
He was trying to protect the business. Granted, he may have taken some extreme measures with the mass transit incident. A couple of the other things are not really a good look for him. When he stabbed that dude a bunch of times in the ring, not such a great look.
When he was trying to kill Gypsy Joe with a baseball bat.
Yeah, not such a great look either. But at the end of the day, man, New Jack was New Jack. Like, it sucks. I wish we had him on the show. I was kind of a Gangsters fan. I loved that. Gangsters were like
man. Gangsters ruled.
So
if you really want to be wowed by Jerome, check out, like, I know him. Check out his work in Smoky Mountain.
Yeah,
shit the Gangsters did with like the Rock and Roll Express promos that they would cut. Oh my God. Oh, not to mention, if you can find him, I haven't been on cameo.com lately, but he was doing some fucking hysterical cameos. Talking to one guy's like, I heard you broke your leg. He holds up a bottle of Astroglide. He goes, you're going to need some of this to slide your crippled ass around, you dumb motherfucker.
So funny. Such a he made you believe that that's who he was. And I know that like everyone will say that. Like literally like in a lock, like playing, like I'm in the laptop and all of a sudden New Jack walks by. I'm like, I'm not asking him for anything. I'm not saying anything. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. It's just like, he made you believe that he was a freaking scary motherfucker. And at the end of the day, I think that's the best tribute. If you made people believe that's who you were, and he may have been that, let's be honest, he may have been that, but yeah, Jack, what a freaking crazy, same thing with Balls too, actually, but not to that extent, but you just believed that Balls was Balls and you believed that Jack was Jack.
That's a good point, Kev. That's a very good point. I don't know if you guys realized it. There were people, fucking Bergman was rapping in the Facebook thread. God damn. Our fans fucking rule.
I love them all.
Matt, please tell me that's it. I want to go to bed. I've
That's
got a
it.
long...
New Jack was a 3-time ECW World Tag Team Champion. The Talking Smack Paul Heyman thing is definitely worth something checking out.
100%. Good call.
And that's it. We did a marathon of a show tonight. Special thanks to Jax Dane and Kasey Catal. We'll be back next week with the Sheriff and Mysterious Q.
Oh.
More wrestling talk. More shenanigans.
In a murderous mind state with a heart full of terror.
See the devil in the mirror. Buck, lights out. Because when I grab my sword off, hard or foul.
Barrel 1. Barrel 2. All right, I'm done. Rest in peace, Jerome Young. Good night, Gracie.
I hate you.
Atlantic City, June 25th, June 26th, June 27th.
Kasey Catal dies on Saturday.
I was Kevin.
Big Tony Z.
We're gonna rap.
Here's New Jack. He's the best. He's gonna stab you in your chest. Yeah.
Oh. Once I owe New Jack a dollar, then he suck